Hello, guys, and welcome to the only game of the day and one of the last games of the season. It's Apple King of Kings versus Infamous for one of the last series in the South American Division 1 DPC Spring Tour. What does this match mean, you ask? Yeah, so many matches, so many games, hard to keep track. That's why we have a wonderful graphic for you that will explain the standings a little bit and we'll tell you what this means for both teams. For Infamous, this means absolutely nothing. Woo! Yeah, lovely group stage. Always love these games. But for Apple King of Kings, this is life or death. If they win this match, they manage to avoid, or they could potentially avoid, the tiebreakers, as Infinity also has a match against Balrogs to finish them off as well. So, if Apple King of Kings wants to particularly have the chance of guaranteeing at least the tiebreakers, they need to win against Infamous to make sure that Infinity versus Balrogs does not alter their score. As I mentioned, though, for Infamous, this means nothing, but they're still going to try to win for the pride of showcasing they're at least as good a team as Lava. And as you've seen with the debacle in tiebreakers with ESL, always lovely. We didn't change our rulings, of course, but with some rulings to the major that might change depending on extra slots, Infamous would like to secure as high a spot as possible to make sure they could take any chances or opportunities thrown essays away. To analyze this wonderful match, I have once again the wonderful panel duel of Astini and RDO. Astini, it's been a while since I saw you on this panel. Long time no see. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, I was busy losing Division 2 matches, but I'm back here before the tiebreakers. And yeah, the thing that you mentioned about Infamous is very interesting because like we are from South America, at least we can dream that South America could have 4 slots on a major. Like if you consider there might be only 4 regions playing and they need 16 teams, so you could have like 4 from each. Then it could mean something to Infamous. We never know.
Exactly. And this is not confirmed, by the way, it's just speculation completely, but seeing the tiebreaker changes in EU, I'm pretty sure nobody knows what's happening. It's an extraordinary situation. Obviously, for these rules, tiebreakers for these kind of slots, it's only a head-to-head matchup, but we'll see what happens if there's some sort of like change for the major, etc., right? Special circumstances are detailed in the rules as being able to have special rulings, as for these rules are incredibly comprehensive. So kudos to them. That's why our Wikipedia page is still up. So let's go into the draft, guys. Kato already banned, so we're not going to see any of those Kato Pango combos. We've seen Apple King of Kings trying many things. I think I haven't gotten to ask you, what would you like to see this team try again? What do you think their last chance deserves to have?
I'd like to see Mini's Monkey King because Invoker is already banned, and they kind of gave up on that hero, seems like. But I don't think they should be losing confidence on that hero. It was like the match they won was against Balrogs, and they picked the hero, but then they lost against Okori and kind of ignored the hero. So I like to see them give one more chance to Mini to play his best hero, let's say.
Yeah. We'll see if they pick it up a bit later, because usually it's been kind of passed on, right? The Monkey King. They stopped banning it for Mini a while back. And Apple King of Kings, they start with a classic Sand King for now, but they did take away the Hoodwink. So instead, the combo is going to be, there we go. Sherm Protector's back for Apple King of Kings. I haven't seen this in a while, have we, RDO?
Yeah, they kind of lost their identity after losing so many games. Like, the strength of the last Apple Kings is that no matter what happened, they're gonna play their comfort heroes and destroy with it. Like Hanses Weaver, Serum Treant, Mini Invoker, and Monkey King, and now they're finally going back to it.
Do you think that's a good thing, the RDO?
I don't think you should ever change the way you play unless you're like a top tier team, like tier 1 team, because it's very hard to do.
What if you're losing a bunch? What is the solution then?
Get better. I mean, it could be a lot of things, but I don't think you should lose the confidence on your best heroes just because you start losing. You should doubt the way you play the game, like not the heroes, you know? Unless the heroes are like totally out of meta, which is not the case. Like Trent's playable, Weaver's playable, Invoker and Monkey King are playable. There's also the Benny's Wraith King.
Yeah.
He's very good with the hero, and they're not picking it as often anymore. Oh, they banned it.
Yeah. They knew
Alright.
this just in case, right? Don't let them have their playstyle.
Yeah, smart.
Astini, on your side, we've talked about the change of playstyle here, but something I've been doing all season is trying to play Sand King +1, right? Trying to go for a hunting duel. Hoodwink was common here. What could they pick since they have the Trim Protector here?
Mirana?
Okay, that was quick. Thank God you said that. You're so good, Astini.
Yeah.
So on point.
Yeah, I
do you
guess it
think of
was
this?
kind of obvious because they opened with Mirana Sand King at their last win against Hokori, and it was kind of surprising that they didn't ban the hero. So yeah, kind of expected pretty reliable combo. Abaddon is banned, of course. Infamous, they can go for another type of save like Bane, Oracle.
So they go for the Tiny. So they run the carry Tiny now on Infamous. I've been doing this a couple of times for Lemire.
Dire team pick.
Oh. Why the 5 Pugna here? Interested.
Netherward spell is very good against Sand King because he'll ulti, then it will proc the Netherward, and he cannot blink.
10 seconds.
It's the first big thing. And another big thing is even if you ulti and stun someone, there's the damage reduction aura from Pugna's third spell, so it won't do as much damage as it would. And there's also the kind of a fine lane because you can save, like if you get double stunned, you can save with the Decryptify, and it's not that reliable lane, but it's good on game because you're gonna Decryptify and ulti the target that gets stunned, and he might not get bursted.
Right. That's okay. That seems appropriate for Infamous. So you can call someone to save some sort of synergy with Tiny as well in terms of burst, and with Hoodwink and Mars, of course. We still need the mid lane hero for both teams as well. Will Apu has last pick, so they're probably not going to venture it yet, which means they need a carry. What are you thinking, RDO? You talked about Wraithing earlier. What other picks does Benny have against the Mars that are good? You think he's going to go for the classic Luna?
Go for Morphling. Alright, Dusa.
Okay. What's the strength of the Dusa here?
The lane should be very solid with Treant. And if this is a carry Tiny, Dusa don't really care about the Tiny because the strengths of Tiny are like you're gonna get bursted, he gonna do 1 million damage to you, but it's not the case with Dusa because her ulti counters Tiny and she also buys early Skadi, so Tiny can't really play free on team fights against her. Only downside of Medusa for me is Mars ulti against her. Like if she ultis and go into Infamous team fight, Mars gonna ulti and ignore her for like 5 seconds.
Yep, that's gonna be the reason why Deuce is good in lane against Mars, but does struggle in the mid game. They're gonna have to create a little bit of space for her. We're gonna see how that works out. As they ban the final picks, it's gonna be Monkey King just for safety. You're not gonna get mini Monkey King today. I'm sorry, Astini.
Yeah, I was gonna make the bad joke that Dusa counters the stone guy by making him a stone, but yeah.
Wow, that is...
Okay,
Lacoste.
I guess with that, you really want the Tiny to play as mid. I believe Alone can play the hero well,
right?
Also, so they could be thinking about carries here against Dusa. Like, problem is like TB and PL, they're not so good against Sand King, which is the heroes that it mostly come to mind when you see Dusa.
What else can you pick against Dusa that's good? Can you play a tempo carry, perhaps?
Yeah, like, especially because they're Radiant. If they go something like, I'd say Luna, because Gyro without steroids is really bad, I think. So they could go Luna or Ursa. Ursa sounds even better because of the Roche potential. You go Diffuso, and it's like, okay.
Well, they knew. It did sound good. I also agree with that. Ursa did sound really good here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? That's pretty clever.
Yeah, it's good on lane against Sand King, and it's good on game against Dusa because you auto Ranger. But I don't think they'll do that.
Even Mars to cover him? Actually, really good sniper game.
I feel like they'll pick TB. Yeah, it's a fine TB game. You're gonna
You guys are my
farm.
favorite panel.
Like TB will farm. We'll get like Scotty and plus one item, and game will be easy. And another good thing for TB this game is
10 seconds.
Mirana,
remaining.
Treant, and Sand King don't really deal well with illusion splitting
5
waves.
seconds
It's not like a
remaining.
Lion that will press one spell and TB illusion will die.
Right.
So TB can make the waves always pushed, so his team can play aggressive, kill Dusa, or just take the map for them.
What should APU do now? Seeing this TB, they need some magical damage here to burst them down.
There
Problem
is
is like
Pode falar.
for us, like if you go something like Lash, you're super countered. So like DP also like either you get like a DP that's good against Pugna and Tiny and you're countered by TB, or you get something like Lash that's good against TB and you're countered by Pugna Tiny.
Void Spirit.
Oh,
Alright.
oh! I would have not
New
guessed that.
hero.
Is that Mini Sand King?
Very likely.
Yep. Yes, it is.
See a Timbersaw mid against it would be against Tiny or Mars, so to have a free lane.
Yeah, it's against Tidy. That would be a good lane. But they said for this Mini Sand King, and Dunya will be playing the Timbersaw, another hero we haven't seen him play yet. What do you think of this last pick, guys? Is that convincing you, Astini?
Not really, especially because seems like Dunya is not so used to the offlane, and I would not like use last pick. Like you're kind of depending on the guy that's on the new role to carry the game somehow, using this last pick for him. And I'd rather give another hero as last pick to Mini. Yeah.
Okay, does that mean you're going for Infamous this match, Astini?
Yeah.
Astini wants the last pick on Mini, or else there's not there's no faith in the team. And for RDO, what would you say? Do you
I'll also go with Infamous because this last pick Timbersaw don't give him much team fight, and Infamous draft has a lot of team fight. So TB counters Dusa. TB has bigger team fight. I'll go with the TB side.
Okay. Well, gonna have to see as we go over to the first game of the series between Infamous and APU King of Kings. APU King of Kings fighting to keep themselves in Division 1. Infamous fighting for absolutely nothing. We're gonna have to go with our casters. It's Ava Plus and Winter.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
You like my screen? Oh no.
I do like your screen. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I was expecting. Thank you so much, producer. This is Winter, the TI player, caster, analyst, and biggest face in the scene.
Haven't seen you in weeks, man.
I know. I mean, you did see me, like, what, a week ago? We did paddle together in Winter. Don't forget.
No, that was like 2 weeks ago. Or 3 weeks ago, probably.
You know, ever since we saw each other, I gotta try a lot of new foods I gotta talk to you about in the break. It was very exciting. We should go eat something soon.
Yes, sometime. I won't disappoint you with any of my suggestions, but I kind of like the... Yeah, I kind of like the food we went the last time.
I agree. It was very good. All right, Winter, what can you tell me about this game? Have you got to see a lot of these teams? Any team that you're favoring naturally besides the drafts?
I like the Timber last pick though. It's pretty good against their it's pretty good against their heroes, and he's more or less gonna be guaranteed like a good lane, nevertheless. And I feel like the laning, the matchups right now are just like so important. Like if you do well in the lane, like one hero can snowball so much, it helps the game like immensely.
What do you think of the fact that what the panel said that like Timber plays more like a win condition here in the offlane, and Dunya is the least experienced in his role with this game?
Yeah, it's definitely true. Like Timber is you kind of play like a position one sometimes in the game, and you feel like you have two carry heroes in the game, and you have Timber, and having a new inexperienced player at the role sometimes can be very daunting for the player. But I feel like overall in the game right now, sometimes the offlaners have to fulfill that role, you know. regardless. So you have to learn, even if you're bad at it.
Can you explain that? What do you mean there? What do you mean that offlaner sometimes have to fulfill that role?
Like some games, you have to play like the position one instead of like more of like the Sand King Mars role where you're like a utility hero, and you have to go dictate the map movements a lot more, take more farm especially, like the farm priority.
What are the other heroes that kind of do that in the offlane? I'm curious.
I think Timber is probably the biggest one because you're gonna need a lot of farm on that hero especially. But you see the right now the position 5 Pungla is like so annoying to deal with, having a lot of move speed, running around, poking. He's one of the most annoying supports on the lane, I would say right now, as a plus 5.
Is he strong or is he annoying? Like what's the difference?
I think he's OP in my opinion. Like the ward is too good.
Okay.
The ward does too much, like, and the ability to heal and cast Sacrifice after you cast your life drain. That's actually also a really, really good part of the hero.
I agree. I thought that made him really strong. And it also amplifies him as a support, right? Because now you kind of have to concentrate on him first, which is the worst part to do in a fight. Having to kill the Pugna first.
But the ward is probably for me the most broken part of the hero right now.
It's ridiculous. He's actually zoning out 2 heroes. So
yeah, look at him. Like because you have so much range and move speed, it's really hard to trade against him in the lane. And the Nether Blast spell also does so much damage, and you have so much mana for support at level 1.
It's true. He has the highest intelligence gain in the game, so it makes sense. So you guys still use a lot of Nether Blast.
You have 8, right? Like I think 8 Nether Blasts at level 1. Like nobody can trade against you.
I wanted to ask you, what build has been your favorite in the Pugna 5? What do you think should be maxed first? Because I've seen a lot of variation in this hero.
I think you should do some kind of like hybrid build. Also, it depends on the lane. Sometimes you need more points in the decrep early. It's a pretty good spell. And I like the scaling too because it reduces the cooldown. That's very nice.
Yes.
But most of the time I would max. Yeah, most of the time I will max the ward first.
So what, you did like take 2 points in Nether Blast and then put points in Decrepit and Nether Ward? Is that kind of the idea?
Something like 1-2-1 or like 2-2-1 depending on the lane. Something like that. Depends on the game most of the time.
Okay.
Then I will max the ward after that.
Yeah, ward is the most important one. Right. That makes sense.
Guess it's my shout.
So look at the lanes a little bit. Mini is about to die. Mini died. There we go. Glad I caught that in time.
Good time to look at the lanes, man.
Yeah, it's a great time to look at the lanes. What happened there? Is the Sand King Tiny matchup very Tiny favored? Because Mini is getting destroyed in this mid lane.
Alright, you're gonna have better damage for last hit, that's for sure. And top lane, Tran goes down. I mean, this is a pretty strong lane. There's a lot of kill potential between the Bushwhack and the Spear. Oh, they're going on the Medusa again. It's gonna take a lot of damage.
So they have God's Rebuke, they do, with the magic stick. There we go. Oh, no, not consuming the stick, not using the slow. Okay, Benny. They assumed that the tree was going to heal them enough, and they were correct. And so Oscar saves his charges. Does not use the God's Rebuke, does not go for the kill on Dusa.
Now he has a Salve as well, so Dusa will be fine in the lane for now.
Yep. True support here, Serum. A mid lane, Mini is getting absolutely wrecked, man. How do you salvage this lane?
Ancients? Oh, Ancients is blocked. Okay. GG.
GG.
Yeah, against Sand King, it's so important to block the Ancients because he can do it at level 5.
Exciting, but I don't
If that stacks, that's very, very good. They even block the other camp as well.
Yeah, just in case, right? To make sure they can't.
Yeah, this Sand King is gonna have a very rough game.
At least he has a small camp, so he's done there's a triple stack, but here comes the Pugna to annoy him alone, joining him, and that's going to be another kill on Mini. Oh my god.
You were saying small camp? He has the small camp?
The ward, man, this Pugna. Alright, I'm sold, dude. I know the Pugna was strong, but what a rotation there as well.
Yeah, dude, because you can do so much with the high move speed, you know, like as a support, having 3-0 at level 1, I mean, it's crazy because you can do so much in the lane, and then after you win your lane, you run around and do all this annoying stuff, go and block the camp, control runes, gank. It's just ridiculous. You have to try the hero, then you can understand why this hero is so obnoxious right now.
Right. It can do a lot. Does it benefit then from a carry that can be a little bit soloed sometimes, like a Terrorblade, for example, that can kind of take the lane over sometimes. Like, as opposed to having to baby a carry, for example. Is that
Yeah,
what the
for
movement
sure.
speed is also for? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. As a support, if your carry is you can jungle after a couple of levels,
Yeah.
and then you can get the lane for XP. Ooh, that's the dream, man.
Yeah, that's the 5 dream. Yeah, sure. Because obviously, Pugna is one of the strongest heroes if he gets early levels. He was like that as a mid laner, still is like that as a support. Top lane, by the way, Benny.
You're just waiting for the carry to tell you, I'm going jungle.
Spear's ready. Oscar, contribute first, set up the spear. Do they have enough damage? There's no magic sticks on Benny, and that's going to be enough. Oscar will get this kill. Serum joins in now. Michael is the target, but there's a bushwhack available. So Serum is not going to chase this out any further. And all the lanes are going the way of Infamous, man. This is kind of a stomp win.
This Medusa is definitely not going to the jungle now.
Yeah, they can hunt her really easily as well. Like Hoodwink and Mars is such a great combo to hunt.
I mean, the Timber is having a decent time, and like the panel mentioned, the game is gonna be a lot of it is gonna be on this Timber. At this point, he's gonna have to do a lot of work for them. Terrorblade is gonna start to jungle right now because Timber is high level. Arrow? Oh, just barely missed.
Yeah, and there's this. Really want that kill onto Affliction, kill this stupid child, but Affliction's a bit too fast, you said. Another ward level 2 already up.
They have to maybe at some point rotate the Tiny to deal with this Timber. But maybe there needs to be some Sunder play for them to kill the Timber. If there's no Sunder and Terrorblade is full HP, it's gonna be hard to kill the Timber. For now, they're gonna ignore him, and the Pogna is just constantly blocking. He knows how important it is to block this freaking Ancient Cam against this Sand King.
Yeah, that means no
This
recovery.
guy.
Affliction, he's gonna fight Hydrosis to the death here. Mini's coming as well. There's another ward though, Mini, you have to be careful. They use the arrow, all the damage from another ward. Affliction sees the opportunity.
Look at
wants
this
to
guy,
go kill
man.
Hydrosis. Mini activates the Sandstorm, and okay, he is gonna finally die. Nobody from Apple King of Kings falls here.
Dude, he almost killed the two of them.
Yeah, he did. And he did block the cap. Oh no, oh, okay, it's barely in range. It's barely.
He got it.
Okay, good job.
Oh my god, this
close.
Sand King is having such a rough game, man.
At least finally they unblocked it. Benny. No, he's out of mana now. We don't have a bushwhack. We don't need it because Benny is gonna die against the walls of that arena. 3k lead for Infamous still staying strong as Affliction TP's mid refills that bottle. Win after win after win, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be a smoke. I think that they're going to go to the Ancients again. Oh my god, this guy, Pogna, he really wants to make sure the Sand King doesn't control the Ancients. Where are they going? No, they're going top actually. Tiny has a dagger, by the way. 8 minutes.
Yep, normal timing, right? Of course.
Oh, Sand King, hello?
Oh no, Sand King, bushwhack. Oh, well, no chance. No need for the toss even. Just the avalanche will do the trick. Mini's done. And Oscar has no arena right now, but they can still kill the Train Protector. In fact,
Oh,
they wanna go
Dusa.
for the Dusa perhaps. Let's set up a ward here offensively. Affliction
Yes,
though.
no mana.
3 points in another ward. That's going to make it difficult for Serum to come join him. Benny, as you mentioned, low on mana. But here comes the Timber Saw trying to help him. Another blast. Benny's dead. Dunya is trying to kill off alone here. But Dunya doesn't really have the damage. They're just going to keep going. They want to get Serum alone, ignoring Dunya as much as they can. Dunya, the Chakram. Okay, that's going to be a nuisance for Affliction, who's close to dying. No points into Crep, but alone, thanks to the Spear, managed to get the kill onto Serum. And now Dunya's being controlled. Toss back. Affliction does die to Mini, getting his revenge for all those ancient blockings. Oscar could be in trouble himself. Arena's finally available, but it's a bit too late. Chakram will tear him to shreds. Alone is the only survivor of this kind of crazy engagement by Infamous. A lot of space given to Lumiere.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at the map, man. This Pogna with that smoke, look at the wards on the map.
Yeah,
Oh, this is a dream, man. They see literally everything right now, and all they need to do next is just to kill this safe lane tower. If they can kill this safe lane tower, they're gonna choke this Medusa out of this map.
Yeah, because they're gonna just force her into the triangle, right? Which has
Yeah.
already been blocked and is forced for the Sand King.
Yeah, because
anyways.
they have to share. She can only farm the triangle, the Sand King also wants to farm that. That's gonna be really bad for one of them. Sand King almost has his blink now. Not too bad. He got some kills just now.
An assist. he will be dying there to the tiny puzzle wing. As Dunya could be the next target. We'll see. We do have a life trade now, which is a bit of extra damage, but they're probably waiting for the arena. There we go. Affliction sets up the nether ward. Arena used. Dunya has the Hood of Defiance. Not going to be enough. Affliction just keeps sucking him off. Dunya, don't walk into the walls, my guy. With the Timber Chain, he at least makes it to the trees, but Michael's going to use it to his advantage, and the life drain will finish Dunya off. No chances. They want this tier 1 top, no matter what.
Oh, mid lane. Yeah, tiny TP's there. And he got a kill.
He does. Serum
he needs
just
one
can
more
throw the
click.
tree. One more hit. Let's go. Mini saves him. Serum will live and walk to see another day. In fact, Serum, did they counter initiate? No, they can't. They're too weak. They're too weak.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good try. I mean, it's the game right now is a lot of it is also all these heroes rushing daggers as a support. I always randomly see like some guy 8, 9 minutes, 10 minutes have a blink, he goes on me. Especially against Tiny, I feel like you wanna buy the fluffy head in a lot of games. It helps you survive the combo.
Right. Dunya, okay, he cut down
Timber.
the tree. And they missed the sharpshooter, so it seems fine. And in fact, Mini, with
blink.
counter initiation, they can turn this around. Affliction in trouble. Here's the life drain, trying to
Look
get
at the
some
ward,
time
man.
to
He's not
escape,
doing
but the
damage.
TP's been cancelled. Even
Well,
when
he still
Affliction's
died.
life drain is not enough, nobody dies. Stop getting excited, the Pugna, Winter.
I mean,
Okay.
dude, look at how little damage he's doing with this. I mean, he died, but it was just like that's just a good example of how much the ward can do in the fights against Sand
Yes.
King.
He's talking about the spell damage reduction that was added to this patch to the nether ward. That's alone. Okay, alone. Now honoring his name here. Toss. He can still throw the tree, but the overgrowth, the nuisance. He's gonna kill Mini, but instead he's also going to fall. Affliction joining in, seeing the kill onto Hanses, who still has leaps. Sharpshooter will hit, but Axel, do you want to chase after this? Probably not. I'll let him go instead.
In the Sand King plus the Trian, they're doing a lot of work right now. The Sand King is like, his job is to defend the towers, initiate, and the Trian, he's gonna heal up all the towers, deward. He should be fine right now. But it's gonna create a lot of space for the Dusa to farm right now. She's happy at the moment. I mean, Terrorblade still has the whole map, but at least the Dusa has something right now compared to like, what, 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, I mean, the Timbers are still somewhat farm, right? You can still match the enemy offlaner. It's not that bad. You have managed to close the gap a fair amount. They haven't really choked her out. The tier 1 top still stands. It's pretty good as far as APU is concerned.
Yeah, I actually forgot about the Timber. The Timber, Sand King, and the Trian. The three of them are doing a really good job holding the map, defending their territory, and making sure that the enemy team can't really invade and control the Ancients. That's a really important part of the game plan right now. They have to cover the triangle and to keep the tier 1s up as long as possible, you know, so that the Medusa can still farm this area of the map, the bottom area. I mean, as for the TB, I don't think he's too worried. He feels like it's okay for him to trade farm. At this point of the game, he's ahead like what 1.5k. He's farming the whole map, and at some point they're gonna get Roshan advantage as well because they're on Radiant. Should be easier for them to get Rosh with their heroes as well, with Mars. If they take a fight there, the Mars can do a lot. So that's going to be an important point of the game after they remove the tier 1 at top. And we see a smoke here with the Sand King and Mirana duo. They are trying to... I think they're trying to find the TB here. I don't think the TB will be too greedy to farm the camps here. But maybe if he farms this camp right next to the mid lane, he might die here.
Yeah,
They're gonna need the Epi blink. They need to find the angle for the arrow.
They know where he is. There we go. Arrow. That sets up. Well done, Lumiere, in the perfect spot for that arrow. And that's going to be a kill. In exchange, though, they also take the Dusa as Infamous.
Yeah.
They do the same kind of play, but into the enemy triangle. And that's going to be kind of even for now.
That's Dota nowadays for you. Both teams are trying to do the same thing, but faster.
What a lovely game.
But I just feel like the TV got a tad too greedy by taking the camp there. He should know that they are around his jungle. On mid lane, arrow.
They got the Mars. Life drain to save him though. Affliction. Overgrowth stops that life drain. And Affliction He has to walk away, but Oscar's already dead. He wasted all his time. He's gonna
Life
get killed as
drain?
well. It seems like life drain though, keeping him alive. Serum walking away. Affliction too strong. He can't be killed. Starstorm used. He turns into a pig. He's in the trees. The arrow misses. Affliction will live despite 2 supports being onto him. A Decrepify used on himself. Serum falls to a lone Blink Dagger, and Hannesis still has 3 leap charges. Is forced to use 1. Trying to TP. Will Alone see this? Affliction does, but unfortunately no stuns to cancel that TP.
All-Star's back.
Oh, they do. Dunya
Nice combo.
in the arena. There's the spear used. Where's the extra magical damage? Here comes Alone. Avatos. They're waiting for it. With the crep, that's as much magical damage as they can deal. But Dunya kills himself through the nether ward. Oh, wow. That Pugna.
Look at how much fun he's having. You want to play some Pugna later?
I do want to play some Pugna later. I agree. Ever since now that I'm casting with you, I'm seeing how fun this hero is.
Oh, Tiny. Can he get the Sanking?
A sharpshooter to detect where he is. Oh, where did I?
Hey, no, he doesn't
Where'd he
have. He's still there, no? I think.
There he is.
Oh, Tiny!
Oh no, Toss cancels him. Tossed him to Oscar. Oscar's late to react. Alone's a bit too fast. But Oscar does kick Mini
Section.
regardless. They need some vision. They missed the bushwhack. Does nobody have dust or sentries? They don't.
Alright, time to report the support. Where's my
Time
dust?
to report the support. Alone though, still has the Blink Dagger.
Alright, things are going back to normal. Both carries are farming across the map. Rosh is gonna be the next important part of the game right now. TB has his, he almost has his Scar, halfway to his Scardy. Lusa is getting the same item too.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Like both teams are doing the exact same things right now. But Radiant has much better vision. So they should be able to use the vision to make a better decision later, like a smoke. Get a pick off and get to Rosh.
Right now, they could get a pick off onto Affliction. Axel. Trying to finish off that Glimmer Cape, but they said
Wait,
against it.
did he lose his blink on the courier? On the mask?
Who?
The mask. I think he lost the blink on the
Oh
courier.
yeah, I think so. You're right.
That's why they were waiting. They're still gonna do it. Tiny has to initiate here. Get a clean pick off. But the Trend is doing the absolute best thing you can do as a support right now when the enemy is missing. Camping all the choke points.
Yep. Make sure they're not.
Oh,
stopping.
mid lane.
They do catch the Oscar here. Arena used to protect himself. However, he still has that urn on top of him. Yule Scepter will use offensively to hit the arrow. No need for the arrows. Dunya kills him instead. Alone does manage to find Serum in the back lines. Affliction once again. He's on the run. He has the life drain though. There's the dust. And they can't fight against Nether Ward. They have to kill him first, but they can't. Dunya is frustrated. Dunya gets the last fun in Nether Ward, but in exchange, he does get bushwhacked. However, they realize they lack the damage right now. Axel might have bitten off more than he could chew. No more Nether Ward means he's no longer safe. And Tiny does come and kill Hannes as a result though.
is under attack.
So at least support for support, not the worst trade of all.
Yeah, no, not too bad. But they were trying to get a bigger kill there, but just couldn't have enough firepower to do that. They see the Dusa running in with the vision there. So let's see if they can get this kill. This is gonna be big if they can kill her.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oscar needs to come over though if they want to kill him.
They already missed the bushwhack, so it's rough. Oscar is coming. Does he have a Blink Dagger in his inventory? He does not, which means no Dusa. Missing the bushwhack was pretty crucial there. The tree wasn't cut, by the way. That was just a mistake there by Michael. A rare one.
I mean, when you're playing against like Hoodwing, I like to get a Quelling Blade on supports as well. Sometimes I can save my carry. Cut the tree. But, right now, Radiant is still pretty happy with the state of the game. They're controlling more of the map. But at some point, they're still going to need to try to figure out how they can get the Rosh. If they can get the Rosh, then they can try to pressure for more part of the map, especially the triangle. That's the only part of the map that's...
One
Sorry?
second. Are you away from the mic right now?
Away from mic? Oh yeah. Oh, you know.
Yeah.
GG.
Because it sounds much lower.
Yeah, I was leaning back, enjoying the view of the partner,
Yeah, I'm sorry, you
How
don't
much
get to
is-
lean back, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You gotta be straight. I was wondering if I was going crazy here because I kept hearing you going back, and I was adjusting my audio settings. Yeah, could you please lean into the mic, Winter? We all want to hear your beautiful voice.
No problem, bro.
Okay.
So
Thank you for being
Skadi
so
is
chill about it.
Skadi is completed on the TV. Would you like me to be stressed about it?
No, it's fine. I don't care who you are, Winter. I genuinely meant that. Why did you think that was sarcastic?
Because you always do that to me. It's like
I think you just have a hard time understanding sarcasm, Winter. I'm sorry to tell you.
All right, there's a smoke
It
here.
escapes you.
They're on the high ground. Here, Timber's gonna open
It's
up a
covered by
vision for
affliction,
them.
though. Yeah. He sets up another ward first, then go for the
Kill the
Timber
partner!
Saw. Is this kill possible? It is possible! He does die. Mini, though. He's in the middle of the nether ward, so he doesn't deal that much damage, and he's cancelled completely by this Pugna. Holy shit, the nether ward is
Yeah,
dope.
he was the one breaking the smoke, and he's full HP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this hero is dope. I see what you can do with it. It's probably one of the better Pugna performances I've seen, though. I mean, it is a pretty free Pugna game, but he's playing really well.
I mean, if you want to have
using the hero.
if you want to have more fun, you get plus 20 move speed at the level 10 talent.
Are you serious about that? Why is that the talent?
Go for the HP. That's better. But if you want more fun, go for the move speed.
Right, the more movement speed, the more fun you have in Dota in general.
Yeah, of course, dude. Move speed is just fun when you play Quarter, especially and you're so fast with your ulti. You realize you're running around circles on the enemy and then you cast your slow on them.
Right. That's very fun to you. Okay, I see. What about like Scarith Mage and Enchantress, other heroes you like to play, Winter, then?
Yeah, of course. I still get win lace on those heroes.
Of course you do. Bushwhack misses though. Michael doesn't have as much movement speed, and that's why he's not having as much fun. He just dies immediately. And in fact, now it's time for Infamous to retreat. Serum does join. Here's the help of Dunya as well. Chakram.
Oh, you got the
Using
ult?
the Pugna. Affliction. He's not having much fun now because he can't move, and Affliction will be left behind as Sacrificial Lamb. Decided to suck off a mini before he
It's
dies.
not my responsibility to protect.
Right, they just need to wait for the meta. 40 seconds. That's a small setback. Try to invade the triangle. They have to try to go to the triangle and farm the triangle, the enemy's triangle. He's getting a BKB next.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nope. That mini was so close to dying, and they might still get him. They used the dust this time, but Lumiere's stopped by the arrow. Someone get close to Mini. Lumiere can't be the guy. He actually might have gone a bit too far. He still has the Aegis though, so he's gonna die
Under?
here. Oh, Sunder! Last second, Lumiere saves the Aegis. Oscar, Blink Dagger. Available still, avoids the overgrowth, can still go for a spear, has to find Serum. No other targets available, so Serum will die for this overgrowth.
Alright, there goes the triangle.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
they're gonna get the
And
toss
perhaps
back.
there goes the Tusa. Yeah. Benny. This time the meta is activated as well, so Benny has no chance of surviving this. Even with that Bushwhack, which is messed up because it's used on the tree that he was speared to. They throw the Terrorblade over to Mini. He's out of Burst Strike, he's out of mobility, Mini's dead. They even find Dunya. Now with a Bushwhack on top of the Spear of Mars, the right combination is finally here. Dunya falls. Apple loses all 3 cores and a Trim Protector to boot.
This is gonna be high ground, I think. 30 seconds, they should be able to at least clear the tower. Meta is still up for another like 10 seconds.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And they find Serum a second time, it seems like. Easy toss Avalanche, goodbye Serum. Time to go for towers as well.
I mean, you see the game, the state of the game right now. Like both teams, the cores are pretty much trying to do the same thing, and it's gonna be up to like in the team fights, which supports can do a lot more, like in terms of how they engage and how much their hero does in the team fights. That's why you see all these supports that are being prioritized right now. They do so much in the team fights, you know, like with the Pugna, with the Ward, or if you get like Weaver, DP, all these heroes, they can do so much with their spells in the team fights. Like the supports make a huge. They are essentially the difference maker in the fights. Another Thunder.
Oh,
Alright.
Yeah, another beautiful Thunder at the Timber. Benny this time though does activate that Stone Gaze, but Lumiere can just walk out of the arena. Benny, without the BKB, can't do the same. And in fact, Here they come for another initiation, or they're thinking about it.
Lumia has
Another
his
ward is already
BKB.
set up.
They just need to chill, wait for their next Metamorph, and go again. They have 1 minute, 1 minute 14 on the Aegis. Metamorph is on cooldown for another 40 seconds. They have a small window to remove the last 2 towers of the map, the outer towers. I mean, it's just sad, you know, when I see the state of the game right now for me as a player. Both teams are just trying to do the same thing but faster, you know. There's a lot less variety on how you can play the game right now.
You feel like there's a lack of strategies available to you?
Like, there's a lot of different heroes for sure, but just the playstyle, you know, has to be... I mean, in some ways it's a strategy, but you don't see as much as ratting, you know, back in the days where you have a lot of 4 Protect 1 or Split Push. A lot of those are just not very viable right now because of how fast the game is moving, you know. The laning is so important, and then you transition from winning your lane to just doing all this stuff, controlling the map, running around, just pressuring the opponent so much because you win the lanes, and the losing team doesn't really have much of an avenue of coming back into the game because it's just so difficult with how the game is being played right now. They're trying right now with this wrap around smoke, but they have to get this Pugna. This annoying Pugna has to die if they want to win the fight.
Yes, and Affliction, he's positioned well. It's going to be Hoodwink instead, who sacrifices himself for the play as Pugna lives. And in fact, that means this Timbersaw is going to die. The Yosef to get a couple more seconds. Meanwhile, a Terrorblade is being chased down here. Solid Thunder available to him, though, so it's going to be careful. Timbersaw managed to survive this, and in fact, Pugna could be in trouble. Oscar covering his little child. Affliction with a Glimmer Cape trying to get away. Mini activates the epicenter, and Hannes has already died. However, Oscar finally falls. Pugna is being shot down. Mini slowed, but yeah, there's the kill. Alone looking for it. Dunya could be in trouble next as Lumiere activates the Sunder, onto Benny.
Oh, they have
but
to kill
Alone
the
is only
TB.
covering right now. Dunya went a bit too far. Can they punish this? He's waiting for the Abba toss. He's gonna get the toss. No Avalanche yet. Avalanche to escape instead. Alone with that BKB, what are you gonna do? Just die. As this wraparound somewhat works for Apulkia Kings. They do get 4 kills, but in exchange for a bunch of buybacks for them, so not entirely worth it.
If they got the TB, I think it was okay, but they couldn't kill him. Yeah, he still had BKB to TP out. I mean, so it was a pretty nice initiation. Even though they didn't get the Pugna first, but they got the Hot Wing. He was just dead right from the start, couldn't do anything. And Pugna died eventually. And the fight was just very easy after that. The TB can't do a lot without his supports. Mini, you trying to go for this solo kill here? What the heck? And he's gonna die now. Ah.
Goodbye.
Alright, that was a dieback, so 90 seconds, I guess. That's gonna be high ground. They have enough time for high ground. They just need to take the outpost. Tiny can TP to the outpost, and they can just siege the high ground.
They're gonna be able to take a tower here up top as well. Dunya, yeah, there we go. Oscar just covering just in case. Another one's already been laid down though, which means the siege up to the high ground is much easier for them. As the Bushwhack comes, covering for the Tusa. Live in for Lumiere, and then the ward stays alive. No towers taken though, so, you know, more time for Infamous to regroup.
I mean, if they want to be absolutely safe, they wait for the next Roshan. I mean, if they're feeling adventurous, they finish the butterfly, they go high ground again.
Sure.
It's always
But
up
it's
to
not
the
time to feel
carry.
adventures.
I mean, it's up to the carry though. Usually these kind of calls are based on the carry. How is he feeling? If he's feeling like he's the boss, nothing can touch him, then he just go. I mean, just look at the wards, man. I love this guy. This guy is just like he's an artist, you know, just painting painting a picture, painting a drawing, and just, you know, drawing lines.
You think his warding game has been good this game for Affliction?
It's really good, especially the early part warding. I mean, the warding now is whatever, you know, because they're winning, they're controlling the whole
Yes.
part of the map. He can ward whatever, wherever he wants. But the early part, the sentry blocking of the ancients, how he's annoying the Sand King, and then when he smoked early to place the wards around the map and gank, those were like his key moments. Oh, they got the trade. What the heck?
I think he got speared to outside the map, alone acted the BKB to get the last punch in.
But wouldn't that
wild.
mean that they move him to like another part of the map when that shit happens? When you get
Oh, you think
removed
it's like
out?
Pac-Man?
No.
He appears the other side. I don't think that's how it works, Winter.
You know, sometimes when you power strike out of the map or like roll as a spirit out of the map, you end up in another position.
Dire's bottom tower
Oh, I see. You're right. You're right. No, but that's because the movement that you have to do to get those things has to be slightly like diagonal. It can't be straight out. And he got him straight out.
Oh, Mini. Oh no.
And he's dead. I mean, it's a matter of time here. There we go. Second bushback from Michael just in case. They got him. And they also got, how does this? I don't even see that. Middle lane. Just attacked him to death.
Yeah, I guess it's time to go.
Dire's
3 heroes dead.
Yep.
is under
Nothing much the Medusa can do alone here.
Nope. And with a tiny, pushing these high ground is kind of easy.
Yeah, but
top barracks are under
Oh,
attack.
where are the creeps? We need creeps. Come on, guys. Come on, creeps. There we go. Finally booked it back to
Dire's
protection.
top barracks has fallen.
I just feel like this game, a lot of what's happening in the game, like just, I feel like APU King of Kings, they can't really do so much when the lanes go so bad initially. I mean, the Sand King had a pretty shitty start. Oh, okay, Dusa is getting tossed back into the middle of everything, but he has Stone Gaze. Everybody runs, even the Stone Man is running. Yeah, but everything everything was just so hard from the start when they got crushed in 2 lanes. The Sand King's lane, Sand King and the Dusa had a really bad laning phase,
Yeah.
and then after that everything was like, I mean, they did a good job, trying to hold the map with the Sand King Timber trio, because the Timber was the only one having a decent start out of all the cores.
Dire's bottom
But this was what I think the panel mentioned earlier about when you draft Timber on the in your team, you kind of have to play around him a lot, and they are not very good at playing around Dunha in certain points of the game, because you have to treat the Timber like a carry, essentially.
Yeah. And Dunya not being as experienced an offlaner, and also the team not ever playing around him. Also, Mini getting trashed in his mid lane. I feel like Mini needs to get a good lane for this team to shine, and I feel like he got the absolute
I
opposite.
mean, just in general, you have to, with how fast the game is going, like, it's absolutely essential at least to have a 50-50 lane. You cannot afford to lose the lane so much, Like, 60-40 may be acceptable, but the lane went kind of like 70-30, 80-20, like, if it's not for the stacks, I think it was gonna be 80-20, Like, I think it ended up being 70-30. And on top of that, because the Pogna blocked the ancient camps, so Sand King didn't get to farm ancients early.
Yeah, obviously they did a great job of canceling him, right? But like they knew that they had to cancel him, and then that stops APU King of Kings completely. Oh. Okay, they missed the spear. That's a good Yolta at least, but he's still dead. Good attempt though. Good attempt. Lumiere has that charge as well. That's gonna be a Demon Zeal for him. No meta for another 20 seconds. Has to live till then. Still has Sunder available though, so be careful, Sand King. Sand King is just gonna be pushed back. Lumiere trying to survive here. BKB used. He's looking for the Sunder target. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be, Lumiere? It's Benny. They even used that offensively perfectly, so Benny dies. And that's gonna be all 3 cores killed. The GG is called. APU King of Kings takes game. Sorry, Infamous takes game number 1.
And this Pugna is just I think he just did like way too much. Obviously they won all their lanes, but in the team fight, this Pugna is just like the war, just like the panel mentioned, is so good against the Sand King, which is like early game they have to rely on the Sand King to do so much of the early game damage, And with this ward down, like in the early parts of the game, in the fights, even if you have Blink, like when he goes in, he does so significantly the amount of damage that he does is significantly lower, and they are relying on him. So it's just really hard after in the fights after they lose their lane so badly. But the Sand King still got a Blink like at a respectable timing, like 12 minutes or 30 minutes.
But then
both,
he couldn't control the tempo, right? Like he couldn't go for the Boots of Travel Blink that you're used to for a mid Sand King, and then you couldn't really well, you said there's no split pushing anymore, right, Winter? So it he didn't really have a purpose in this game.
Yeah, you have to fight your way, into the game. I mean, you can split push, yeah, you can still obviously do that, but it's just not as effective as before because it's easier to catch you with how the map is changed and everything. There's a lot of other small reasons, why split pushing is not effective. But at the end of the day, in the game, game state right now, you have to be able to fight your way into the game. If you have to run the whole time, it's very hard to play the game.
Well, with this APU Kings, they take a pretty heavy loss in the first game of the series, but they could still win the second game and thus put themselves a step away from elimination, or sorry, from relegation. We're going to have to see if that happens, though, as we go over to our panel and analyze the first game between Infamous and APU Kings. Thank you. I'll go back to the panel. Guys, this was a close to a stomp. Honestly, APU Kings didn't seem to get to play the game. What were the biggest issues you saw there? I mean, you talked about the draft earlier, Astidi, but did you feel like there was anything in the gameplay that also led to this situation?
The thing is, like, when you draft like this, you're supposed to win your lanes. If you're less picking or off laner, you're supposed to win your lanes, and they lost 3 lanes. They lost very, very hard on the mid lane, especially. And I'd say Infamous actually made some mistakes, like trying to commit on Timber, and that gave kind of an opening for APU Kings, but they didn't use well this opening. Like, they had one huge team fight where they could pressure the enemy mid tower, but they decided to just go over a cliff that they were 100% sure that Infamous had the vision there. So that was like the first fight that they made a huge mistake, let's say. And then there was the situation where Medusa was clearly dying, and you got like the typical APU Kings of, if a friend of mine is dying, I'm dying together. And then you had like Sand King and Timber just TP to death. And yeah, Timber was kind of unlucky with the chains that he just got so close to TB for Sunders almost every time that TB wanted to do. He really needed a target for the Sunder, and Timber was just jumping on him for that. So kind of not the best execution from APU King's side.
RTO, let's talk some praise for Infamous. What would you like about, besides the wonderful Pugna that Winter loved?
Alone played so well, man. My god, this guy is so good. He just got like a I don't know, 11 or 12 minute blink, and he never stopped.
8 minute.
8 minutes. Holy shit. He got an 8
that's what we
minute
said
blink.
too.
He never stopped getting kills. He was either getting kills or making the enemy afraid to play the game. Because when he got blink, he was never showing lanes, farming under enemy vision. He was always missing. So if you're like a Sin King or even Medusa, you're afraid to show a map because the enemy tiny is not showing. And this gives a lot of space for TB to push the lanes, far more aggressive, take more areas of the map. And the result, he gets an 80-minute Scotty, get a free Roche, and game's over.
Yeah, and with that, as you said, we saw kind of the domination, not really a chance for APU Kings to play. What do you think they should be doing in next game? Do you think they should secure the lanes more? Because, like, Astini, you talked about the last pick off lane, right? So that means that you have to win your lanes. But their lanes were not that strong. I mean, Sand King mid versus Tiny, that's not that strong. So should they pick better laners in general?
I guess they should focus on having the carry-to-carry matchup favorable, because they picked... they had less pick, and they had the worst carry matchup, so they showed Duza before, and they gave the chance of the enemy team to pick TB. And if you're going like for the late game with a good carry matchup, you can expect the other team to make mistakes. I'm not saying because Infamous is bad or anything, it's just because everyone makes mistakes. Dota 2 is such a complicated game that even the best teams make mistakes, so if you're not against the clock, it should be better if you're on that situation. So maybe not focus on winning lanes, because if you go all in on that and then you fail, you kind of like lost the game on the first 8 minutes. So they can, if they have a better matchup, they can go for the late game and have more hopes.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to see if they're able to do that in that second game. Core-to-core match was suggested by Astini. We're going to have to ask RTO after the break to see what he thinks APU Kings should improve. As we're going to come back in 5 minutes with the next game between APU Kings and Infamous. Everything on the line for APU Kings, who desperately wants to stay in Division 1. We'll see what happens. Hello, guys, and welcome to my very happy panel here as we have Game 2 between Infamous and Apple King of Kings. Apple against the ropes. I will not get tired of saying this. They need this win. If they don't get it, Infinity will probably be Balrogs, and Apple will be relegated without them having a chance to fight it out. They need to beat Infamous. Can they do it? We're going to have to see. First pick for Infamous. Already the Michael Hoodwink and Apple King of Kings. They do the same start as before. Sanking Murata. Hopefully this time it's an offlane.
Dire team back.
8 and game's over. No, never mind.
Not actually.
Never mind. There's still a game. Let's go.
Did they ban the Pugna, by the way? No. Right?
Radiant team back.
Man, I miss Honey playing Weaver, man. This guy's so good with Weaver. I have no idea why they're not picking the
Dire
hero.
team ban.
I know they nerfed it, but it's not that bad. And the guy is so good with the hero. Why is he playing Mirana again?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. It feels pretty... It felt kind of underwhelming last game, but they seem to be out of ideas, RDO. You were talking about their lack of identity recently.
5
Yes.
seconds remaining.
I mean, they need to pick a damage hero on Mini. Mini plays a very good Dota if he's playing a damage hero. Like Kunkka, Invoker, Monk King, or a Spirit. Like, this guy he's broken with damage heroes, because he's crazy, so he never backs down. He's always going in, always getting kills. But if you give him a Sin King, nothing's gonna happen.
10 seconds remaining.
It's going to be... It's a rough start, judging by what happened last game, but this time they do cover the supports that would ruin them, right? Pugna, Abaddon. And without the Pugna, Affliction has to think of something different. What other options could you have here, Astini, to counter the Sanking Murata start?
You have still Oracle. You can even go with a hero that I don't know if it exists in Dota anymore, that is Omni.
That's true, that got forgotten, dude, after the early patch, huh? Wow.
Yeah, there's Winter Wyvern. So those are the heroes that can cover. But also, like, you can go something like Bane, that the hero works very well offensively, but also, like, if you have a good timing on Nightmare, you can also break the combo.
Ah, that's true. That's a good call. I like the Bane pick.
And also, like, it's a hero that,
Radiant
with
team
Hoodwink,
back.
Mars, the way they're playing more offensively is super good. You also have, like, the Night Vision, I guess something that teams don't value enough. But, like, having the Night Vision is extremely good, especially, like, if you're playing against a Sand King and you have a Mars on your team, you want to have the upper hand on the initiation. Usually, like, the teams that
10
get the
seconds
initiation
remaining.
wins the team fight. And with Hoodwink also is a hero that
5
can provide a lot of
seconds
vision
remaining.
in the trees. So on that vision fight, it would mean a lot for Infamous. And something that Apple Kings could do on that sense is they do love the melee position 5. They could go something like an Undying, because then if you have Tombstone, you get a lot of advantage on the vision war.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like the Undying as well. I mean, are you not soloing a Trim Protector again? Do you think Trim Protector was a bit weak last draft, Astini?
Yeah, especially, like, it kind of forces you into picking a ranged carry. I know Undying kind of does the same thing, but then if you don't win your lane, you're really screwed with the hero. I guess Undying is also a lane dominator, but it offers more team fight. I guess, like, Tombstone, it's being, like, let's say, buffed, right, with the change on damage type. So it offers more to a team fight than a Trim Protector as of now.
Okay. I mean, I agree with you. There's a reason why they're the only team that are still picking Trim Protector, right? Last patch, we saw it, like, a little bit. And as the patches progressed, they just kind of completely forgot about that hero. In general, most teams. Siding instead with the Ogre Magi, particularly in this region.
Yeah, like, feels like Ogre Magi does more. Like, you want to win lane, okay. But then Ogre Magi, you have the Bloodlust, especially in SA, that you go for that hyper carry. So having extra attack speed
Sure.
on Aduza, TA, TB, it just feels so good.
Radiant team pick. Dire
Tiny,
team
especially, also. Yeah.
Yep. Where's the Undying you were talking about? God damn, Astini. Fire today, dude.
Yeah. There's Snapfire for Infamous. I don't know. Okay. Now they have Oscar, right? Not Sacred anymore. If it was Sacred, they would definitely go
10
for
seconds
Snapfire here.
Right, right.
Yeah, I don't know if it fits their play style.
5 seconds remaining.
Affliction does play it, obviously in the 5 role, but I haven't seen Snapfire 5 in a while.
Yeah. But here it is.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, thank you, RDO. You could be the host now. They pick up the Tiny as well on top of that. What are your thoughts on here, the Tiny carry? Do you think it's still solid here, RDO?
I think they'll play mid because he's playing against Undying. It's kind of sad to be Tiny against Undying because you don't really hit Tombstone, and if Undying hits you, you're gonna get like 1 million
5
damage
seconds
amplify.
remaining.
I like the
Team
Tiny
back.
pick here because Radiant team doesn't have much damage, so if Tiny gets away with a good lane, he'll be like 1.7k HP at 10 minutes. And how do you deal 1.7k
Radiant
damage
team
with
back.
Apple lineup? Like you're gonna need more than that. So Tiny's gonna be free for the early game, like the last game.
Does the TA help that a little bit though? Good, decent core
Dire
matchup,
team
right,
back.
against the Tiny, and a lot of early damage for
Radiant
Apple.
team banned.
Yeah, sure, but TA is not gonna be on the early skirmishes. He's gonna be like farming until 13,
Dire
14
team
minutes.
pick.
But I like the TA pick as well because solid lane and they're also radiant. So when enemies swap sides of map, TA will be playing Roche side, and he has Undying to kill Roche faster. It's a good pick.
Then again, they're showing the carry before Infamous, and they can have a bad carry to carry matchup.
5
That's the thing.
seconds
I guess like
remaining.
they can just go something like Duza, which is open here, and again they're gonna be against the clock. I don't know, like they see Tiny, why not pick the mid laner already, and then you counter the hard carry. I just feel like they can go Duza, even CK here, and they'll be happy as Infamous.
We'll see what I mean. They even have the, I was gonna say PL, but obviously it's against Sanking.
Yeah,
We'll see if they go for that. The TA is kind of easy countered as well this game, as you mentioned.
yeah, I'd say Morphine would be amazing, but it's banned, so then you're kind of
Yep.
in between CK Duza. There's also the option of going like Gyro, because then you have like so much AoE magic
Okay.
damage, but I don't know if it's really the playstyle that Infamous likes you, so I'd say just Duza fits their playstyle.
Let's see if they go for the Dusa then. Dusa, sorry. The lane will also be pretty simple for them. And is the Lumiere hyper carry. I mean, he's also the he's a TA spammer himself, so he probably knows exactly what TAs hate here. Probably much more than Benny.
Radiant
Yeah.
team pick.
Oh.
Interesting. So Tiny carry. Storm then.
Okay.
Okay.
That's surprising. I even think like they kind of changed their mind, because they banned Monkey. Like, I guess if you wanna play Storm, don't ban Monkey, but probably last
10
minute
seconds
it's just like,
remaining.
oh, give me Storm, I'm gonna own this game with that hero.
5 seconds
There's
remaining.
DP, which Mini was playing the hero quite well. It's good to have DP against Tiny. The Silence against Storm Spirit, I guess a solid pick.
He does completely ignore the Undying Mirana, right? Just jumps him in the back lines, kills him relatively easily. Good with Hoodwink and the Mars as well for covering them.
Yeah, and like especially the way like Michael is playing so well with the Hoodwink, like Storm's gonna have a great game with the stacks, with like the rune control. Like I guess he's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
confident on what happened on game one. It's like, okay, if I have a Storm, I'm gonna snowball everywhere.
DK
Now select your hero.
is the last pick for Apu.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think DK does something similar that DP also does. That is like Storm go for a rotation, and you take his mid tower, and by taking his mid tower, he's gonna lose the rune control, which is so important for him. So also has the insta catch with the stun. So feels good here to have this DK also hero that's not so burstable by the Tiny. Still, I favor Infamous so much.
What about you, RDO? Are you on the Estini side as well? Are you on the Infamous side?
Yeah, I feel like with the DK pick, they'll lack damage. Like DP for me was a perfect pick. They will have a good lane. They'll take towers. They'll have team fight and a lot of damage on team fight. But with DK, he's just a blink stun. I don't see Mini like being the DK player they need. You know, I'll also go with Infamous.
Okay, our panel's pretty heavily one-sided here on Infamous, but we'll have to see what our casters think. I, for one, think Apple Plus also is going for Infamous, but we're gonna have to see what Winter thinks about this. So let's go to our casting pair for game number 2 between Infamous and Apple King of Kings. Hey, Winter. So what do you think, my friend? Why are you laughing?
No, because never mind. Astini was like trying. He was mimicking the camera going to my face. You didn't see it.
So, Winter, why is your voice so low again, my friend? I can barely hear you, dude. I have to up you again?
No, I think it should be fine now. Is it fine now? No.
It's okay on VMix. Okay. I'll help you. Don't worry. Let's get into the game so I can do that, and I can hear my wonderful Winter.
Prepare for battle.
Tell me, what are your thoughts on these drafts? Who do you favor this game?
Oh, I like Undying plus TA. Undying plus
like
TA.
Undying plus TA.
Yeah, because in the game, like I think Ardion mentioned, like, it gives you the Roche, Ardio Astini, and they're on the Radiant side. And even in the game, in the team fights, the traps plus the tombstone, if you get a good tombstone down with the slows on the traps, it's pretty hard for the opponent to deal with, you know. Except for the storm, because he can jump around.
Sorry. I just want to translate this interesting interaction. So. Good luck, Oscar. They tip Oscar. They're having a bit of fun, and then Affliction or Axel says, "Shout out for Madara, another player. I'm gonna break his glasses." And that's it. There's nothing more to it. That was weird.
So that's a taunt. I'm gonna break your glasses.
I don't know, dude. I think that's like straight up bullying. I'm not really sure what that means. That was really odd. That's why I wanted to translate that. I don't know Madara wore glasses. Madara is particularly known for being a little bit of a toxic player, so he might have had a pub recently for him. But
everybody's toxic in Dota.
No, some people are more toxic than others.
Dota brings out the toxicity within you. There is always some inside you. It just doesn't come up. But Dota brings it out all the time.
I mean, you've seen me play Dota. You've seen me in real life. I'm a very wholesome person in both.
No, all I hear is you yelling when I'm at the house and you're playing next door.
What? When are you at the house, my friend?
There was one time I went to the house.
Don't lie. That was not me yelling at my teammates. Okay, like come on. I wasn't even playing Dota. Oh my god. What a liar. What an absolute liar. Why do you like the TA Undying? Talk to me about Dota, Winter. That's your forte.
No, it's just like good throughout the game, you know. And TA is like I think a lot of players would say that TA is a pretty broken hero. Like you can pick the hero anytime you want in the draft, and it doesn't feel bad. It gives you Roche, gives you tower damage, can farm ancients, pretty good in the lane. Like it pretty much ticks every single box you want to tick for the draft.
I would agree with that.
And I think when you can do that for a hero like TA, it doesn't feel good, you know, because you used to have a lot more counters available against TA, but nowadays those counters are, you know, not really that good anymore. Like especially like one that comes to mind is Bat Rider, because Bat Rider is no longer an offlane hero.
That's a good point actually. Lumiere gets the kill, by the way, against Hannesis, so that's gonna be the first blood going the way of the infamous carry. Not looking good to start off with, but you know, let's see. These lanes still haven't been destroyed yet.
Yeah, they just need to make sure that at least they get a 50-50 lane, you know. The cost of farming well, they get some levels, stack ancients for the TA. Those are the key things they have to look out for. And also the storm rotations, the rune control at 4 minutes, those are going to be key things to look out as well against the storm.
They won't profit.
You have a good rune security here on the infamous side. Is Michael good at that? Or Hoodwink?
Oh, he's gonna try to go on the... Oh! Wait, how did that not land? What the heck? Do you see that? The spear actually...
Yeah. It feels like the tail wasn't part of the hitbox there. That was so weird.
Yeah. they probably wouldn't be able to kill him, but it was just rather strange. Yeah, but, I mean, Hoodwing, you generally should be able to.
They have a tree. Oh, they killed the Snapfire. He threw the tree too early. It's because he was actually down to 1 charge, so he decided either I hit or I throw it, but it's gonna be the same thing, which sucks. So he didn't really play that as efficiently as possible for Lumiere here.
You definitely throw it to get the slow.
No, 100%. And that's not what I'm questioning, my guy. I'm just saying that like that's why he did that like moment where he kind of stopped as opposed to throwing it immediately.
Oh, Cookie. Okay, nice dodge.
Ah, nice leap. They're playing that game that dogs play sometimes where they mirror each other, you know?
Denied.
What? What game's that?
Hey, you know how like dogs will see something and they want to imitate it, and so they mirror that?
My dog just jumps on me every time he sees me.
Yeah, they jumps on me too, but with a much more violent idea. Benny?
Right.
Just die in the bottom lane, so great lane for TA supposedly, but cancelled by this Bushwhack. Actually really good at taking refraction charges ever since the change.
Now this is the same thing that happened the last time with the Medusa. He got killed in the lane, and once they got a lane advantage, he can't really play the lane, and he has to go jungle. They need to make sure that this lane doesn't go as bad as the last game. I feel like Undying plus TA, they should be able to hold their own, you know, against this Hoodwing plus Mars. I don't think they should be losing the lane too much.
I don't know, because Serum... Okay, Oscar doesn't go for that.
He just needs to...
They are struggling, though.
He just needs to tank up all the damage, you know, as Undying the lane. And try to die when you're supposed to die, come back with regen, and play the lane again.
Sure.
This thing, when I play Undying, you know, I feel like in the lane, I kind of have to die for the core. Like he's kind of like Skyra in some ways, where when you spam all your mana, you kind of just want to die, you know. You don't really want to just send regen and then wait for the regen to kick in and then play the lane again.
That's actually what his voice line is from. I
Arrow?
want to die. Alone.
Yeah.
Does fall in the mid lane, so finally taking advantage of this DK. Did you agree with the point the panel said that the DK maybe makes lack damage a little bit? You didn't like that pick?
I mean, DK doesn't really do damage, but I think that he kind of fits the lineup. Like they have they needed someone who is able to stand in front, take towers, and also the fact that he's an instant catch for the Storm, because they didn't really have enough stuns for the Storm. Like Sand King, Mirana, they're not going to be enough. Especially, they're not reliable. And the rotation that Storm makes, DK is the perfect hero to punish it, to pressure a tower. What lane?
Yeah, Sarah.
Go on the Undying. Go on Undying, that's what he wants.
Oscar's the TP. They have to hit him from behind. Nice Bushwhack. Beautiful Bushwhack to save him. And Tombstone also gets denied, so Michael doesn't get any of the extra gold from that.
Yeah, and TA is going to get a whole wave here to get to his level 5. And again, Affliction, he's really prioritizing warding the triangle, the jungle control here. He's doing the same thing again. Lane, Storm, solo kill. I don't think the Hoodwing was needed.
It. Yeah, Michael wasn't needed. Alone returned it, and that's much more important because the fact that it's a solo kill here.
Yeah, that's a good. That only happened because of the greedy build. I think if you have the second point in the blood, the dragon blood, kill probably wouldn't have happened.
I've seen a lot of people do this build, and I'm not the biggest fan unless the lane is free. Like
unless you're totally crushing your lane, I think it's fine if you're winning the lane so hard. But if you're not,
I agree.
Then it can come back to bite you.
I think the second point is such a high value, right? Because it doubles the armor and regen. It's just huge. I don't know why people wouldn't take that point.
Just greedy, like you want to do farm faster with the brief fire, you know, clear waves. I mean, I can understand certain games and the player's mindset, you know, when they go for these kind of builds. Sometimes it's better to just be more aggressive in certain games. Like you don't want to be autopiloting every game, you know. Okay, this skill has to be on 2 points, you know, and every game I'm gonna do that. Bot lane, Storm.
Yeah, Benny. They hit him with the spear. Benny could be in trouble himself. Alone. There's the helpless static remnant. Benny. Now Electric Vortex. He's killed by Oscar. So, Infamous is going to be able to take Benny down. Top lane, they're trying to do the same thing. Though, as I said, both teams do the same thing, but one team is trying to do faster. And the faster team has an advantage, as Lumiere could always toss back. For now, hits the creeps once and says, "Get out of here, Dunya."
Having 1500 HP definitely helps, you know. One carry has 1500 HP, the other doesn't.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And here comes Serum on the Undying. But they already blew all their spells. I mean, if the move happened when the Undying was already there, they probably would have gotten the kill. They just needed the +1 there. But like you said, one team did it faster, you know, so it puts a lot of pressure on the other team when the Storm rotated bot.
Affliction. In the top lane, there's 3 heroes already. Lumiere checks out Dunya. Lumiere, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to yourself? Tombstone. Okay, Affliction will save him here with the cookie. No little shortage just yet, but the Tombstone's killed regardless. Accent is gonna die for this, but in exchange they get Serum, so not too bad. As Lone's rotation might even net them hand assist.
Oh, this Storm is a boss. He's not
He
afraid.
does have the ball lightning still. Starting around for vision. Dunya, hit once. There's the arrow, blocked by the illusion. Well done, Alone. And that's going to be enough to kill off Dunya. Now Lumiere sees Hennessy and thinks of an opportunity for this Mirana. That leap used a bit too early. And he's getting punished afterwards. As in the mid lane, they also kill Mini. Alright, Infamous is back to the same thing as before.
Dire's middle tower.
And this Storm having these 3 nows is doing so much. He didn't even have full mana when he TP'd down. He had like about half his mana. But he was still able to kill both of them. And he's doing like so much work. He TP'd bot, then he TP'd top. He won his lane mid, he made a rotation bot, he made the rotation to his safe lane. Everybody's happy.
Tower is under attack.
And the game is so easy for the Tiny right now.
Yeah, it feels like the Tiny has just kind of been able to have a free farming game. They haven't really needed to sell the TA at all, but the TA is going to get online soon for Benny. You know, it's been 9, got the Dragonlance, probably going to go for this later build. Can they play around that window opportunity, Winter?
Rush. They have to play around the rush when the TA gets the death, so that's gonna be how they come back into the game. Get some XP on the supports. They desperately need experience on this Undying. He's so low level right now. He needs to have more points in his tombstone for him to be effective in the fights.
Dire's top tower is
Tiny
under
has his
attack.
Echo Saber soon. Yeah, and the tower's going down. Not much they can do about it. Ah, Mini is rushing BKB.
Yep.
No dagger, no dagger. I don't know how I feel about that, but mid lane.
Yep, they touch
TA.
TA. Here comes Mini. Oh, sorry, Sarah.
Oh,
he blocks actually that sharpshooter. Alone needs to get away, but Alone played way too aggressively there, and he got punished as a result. Michael's being chased by a bunch of zombies. He kills one, he kills the second one, but he needs a third. They missed the arrow again. Hanasis. Oh no, the arrows were happening to him today. Michael, he's getting away. Oh, that feels bad.
Well, they saved the
point
TA.
blank arrow.
I mean, they saved the TA though, so job accomplished. The win kill is like a bonus, you know, like a bonus kill. You don't get it, you're still happy. Whatever, you know. TA is alive. She's farming ancients. That's what you care about. Yeah, going back to the DK, like I always feel like when you rush backing bar, you don't have blink. You're kind of like useless in the game for some time. Like even if you have a BKB early, it doesn't feel you can do much without the dagger. If you can't initiate, you have to rely on the sanking a lot. If this is going to be the case.
And the Sanking is also, you know, didn't have the greatest lane in the world. Kind of got cancelled a little bit in the early, so his Blink Dagger is now finally coming online, but it's definitely a little bit late. We'll see how they can play around them. Luckily, though, Storm has also been cancelled due to that kill alone. Didn't really expect to die there, and as a result, Benny has actually been able to top the net worth chart now.
Is he going for Desonix? Yeah, he's going for Deso. The moment the Dire team tries to get the tier 1 bot, they should go Roche if they have Deso. Like the Sanking is just delaying time right now. It's defending our tower. He has his dagger. Doesn't really care if he dies. But he should buy it before he dies. If he doesn't get it, then that'll be bad.
There we go. He just bought it. Now he knows he's gonna die. He dusted him.
Can
doing
they
it.
actually defend this tower? I think they might try to.
There's a dead Sand King. However, this rotation by Mini, he's trying to counter initiate onto Lumiere. We still have the arena, however. No spear. So arena's just used here to keep them in place. Finally, the spear comes out with the help of the storm. I mean, he's a hard target to kill, so they go for Hannes instead, and Hannes does get bursted down. Oscar. Ooh, he barely avoided the breeze fire plus the vault. Serum puts himself in an awkward position, really far away from his team. They're all running away. That is not what they want to do. He cuts the tree down, though. Well done. But they use the cookie there to get him anyway. Mortimer's gets on top of that. Mini will be the real target as Serum dies solo to alone. That team fight entirely going the way of Infamous now. But Lumiere has so much
he's way too tanky.
Tosses Sand King outside of the Sandstorm. Into the spear he goes. Another kill on the Sand King. Benny, why did you join? Alone is down at the bottom now. So Benny can't get up to him. And he's going to lose a lot of space here. Not farming. Oof.
There's a lot of miscommunications there. I think defending that tower was definitely possible. But they were missing a key component there. Because the Undying, he was like warding. And he didn't have a TP. If he was there initially when the fight started, they would have definitely been able to hold the tower there. But he was just walking down, he was far away, and they were late. So in the end, the Sand King, I think he died twice in that engagement. He died twice. Initially, he got initiated.
Not yet dying, the Sand King.
The Sand King. Yeah.
Yeah. As now they go for the dying, they hope to kill him a second time, this time for sure, but the Tombstone is a bit of a nuisance. Affliction has a little Shredder now. He died. He won't even get the gold of the Tombstone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So TA is going to have Tesla right now, Sand King with his blink. Everyone should have what they need to have right now, and they have to just try to, if they can get a pick off here, they should be able to get Roche. But they need the Sand King to be with them because the DK doesn't have blink. It's the Sand King so slow, and he needs to be in front to start the fight. But Infamous is already here. Oh, nice start.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bro.
As the Roche goes. Benny's gonna continue to push this. And hopefully take the objective in time. Affliction is nearby. He has the Mortimer's Kisses. That's gonna be the Roche down. Mortimer's Kiss is a bit too late. They still initiate this. Okay, they stop the Mars at least. As the DK does stun the Hoodwink. Michael's dead. Still, we don't have an arena actually, and the Spear plus the God's Rebuke will be enough damage to kill off Serum. As with the toss, they might get Mini. That's going to be 3 kills going the way of Infamous, sorry. As APU can only get a Roche for themselves. Alone is crazy.
Wow.
He wants Mirana. Alone, maybe a bit too crazy. Arrow hits, Alone's going to die.
Alright, they just got way too greedy there, going up the high ground. And what, they lost 3 heroes there, almost even losing a 4th.
Okay. We'll continue on here as Lumiere gets to push out this mid tower. Lumiere right now, because he's going for the Shadow Blade, he already got the shard, he's in full firing mode right now, no need to fight the TA, especially with that Aegis. Because of this team fight, this delays APU King's timing with this Aegis a bit further. And you have a Sand King and a DK that would love to go for kills, but much like my panel remarked, they just don't have the damage. Their supports don't bring enough of it. It's just stun after stun after stun, but not enough damage unless the enemy team overplays their hand, like we just saw Storm here.
Yeah, they have to play around the TA for the damage, but right now the DK, he's desperately needing his BKB in the fights. So he can stand in front. He has to get this since he's already committed to it. Another 300 gold before they can make another smoke play.
Affliction. Affliction. Okay, there's a little Shredder. Mini just collects a free kill here. Not really sure what Affliction was doing, but typical accent. You know, just dying a little bit in that mid game's good. There's a smoke immediately by Apple King of Kings. No TA, though, included, as Benny continues to farm, perhaps pushing objectives as a result. What will this smoke lead to?
Radiant are scanning.
Where is the smoke going, Apu?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What's the play?
Even from the brightest.
Dunya,
Dire are scanning.
invisible, going for a loan.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Can
under
Dunya
attack.
initiate properly here?
Dire's
Lone?
top tower is
Oh, alone. Alone is out. He's fine. He detected this perfectly. I'm not sure how. That was really well done by Alone. 6 cents, and in fact, Infamous can now go for their own initiation with this one, including a tiny. So a little bit more damage here. No Blink Dagger on him, but Shadow Blade should be enough. Dunya. Oh, Dunya is a difficult target. He's gonna be destroyed. Sorry, he's a good target, I mean. A tough target, because now Apple King of Kings lacks their initiation. Their big source of damage is the Epicenter early. And with a Storm, Alone's crazy. Goes for Mini, he wants to get rid of the other stun here. And he killed the supports first, because Mini's still difficult. Or apparently not. Mini gets smashed to bits. BKB activated is not going to save him. Only 3 seconds of it get used as Benny joins the fight, at least the arena, to keep him inside. Michael on the retreat. Lumiere as well. See Serum. Serum has to be careful, though, with minus armor. Toss an avalanche. Serum is going to fall. And Lumiere uses that thrifty shovel in the middle of the fight. Maybe not the best of plays. We'll see. The arrow hits Lumiere as well. Bushwhack to save him. They got Benny. Benny with a BKB. Didn't activate it earlier to get through the arena, but now he does have it. And he's going to try to save Dunya. Unfortunately, he's not strong enough. Benny's been dusted too. Alone sees the opportunity. There's no more BKB this time. That might be 2 deaths on Benny. If he's not careful, there's too many people hitting him left, right, center. He can't run away. Infamous, in fact, could do this a second time, but luckily the buyback from Mirana prevents this. And the arrow does nothing there. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, please. Thank you to our producer for solving these issues. You guys have to understand that Winter is 30, and he officially cannot deal with computers anymore. So
Mine is truly a blessed
it's not really his fault. It's just an age thing. Are you ready, Winter? Okay. Are you? Is he fine, producer? Okay. Oh, well, Winter completely reconnects. Ah, there we go. Yeah, microphones are a difficult thing, Winter. I know. They were invented like 200 years ago. It's kind of tough to figure them out.
Radiant's bottom tower is
How about Dota? Dota is easier to figure out.
Yeah, that's what. That's why I'm 7K, just like you, Winter. Thank you for joining me for this broadcast again, buddy. I missed you. You're gonna go for Dunya in the bottom lane. God's Rebuke. Oh, that misses. This is too much, I think. Oscar, that's the kill. Arena just to walk out of it. Oscar, yeah, activate the shield. Yeah, sure. Shield up. TP's away. BKB used by Benny, just so he can kill Lumiere here. All right. Sure. Carry kill's important, but Alone takes a tower for free as a result.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You can talk, my friend. Yeah. Oh, now he's back to the mic with me, man. What is going on? What? Now I can't understand you. Now you're too quiet and you're cut off. Okay. We got Mirana. We got Serum as well. There's the slow by Alone. Sharpshooter used. Serum, come on. Are they gonna jump this? Are they gonna jump this? The cookie was used, so Axel wanted to jump this, but Alone did not. And now Axel, without the cookie, gets saved by Michael. No, that's where he gets cut immediately by Mini, and apparently he was fine the whole time. We'll figure this out here. I can do like Winter. I'll just do the co-casting job as well. Here, if you look at it, Affliction is not really that fun a support to play because there's not much movement speed to this hero. Didn't go for winless either, so I don't know if he's having as much fun this game. Lil Shredder is pew pew and is good for warding, but if you look at the wards this game, it's not been really the best warding in the world because they're not winning as much as last game. They're kind of waiting for the Tiny to activate themselves. I'd say Undying is a little bit less fun, though. He went for Tranquil for more movement speed, which is more fun, of course, but it didn't really work out. Mirana is truly fun because she has leaps and she can jump over things. And that's where the Apple King of Kings lineup lies, really. Using this Mirana stun and using this mobile hero to try to win the fights. That's entirely it. How am I doing, Winter? Is that what Dota sounds like to you? I can't hear him, so I don't know why I'm asking. Benny, and a push at this top lane. We do have a Dragon Form in 40 seconds, so right now I don't know if they want to fight, but it seems like Infamous also saving themselves for the next fight. They just want to take a tier 2, perhaps. They're a bit lost. They don't have TPs here for the top lane, or they don't seem to want to use them. Tiny certainly doesn't have his. Mars does have Arena, but finally got a BKB, so he's probably going to wait for that to be delivered. And they are fighting into the TA's timing right now, which is a bit scary, so Benny certainly coming online now with this Blink BKB. You can kill the supports relatively easily, particularly Affliction, who's been a huge nuisance in these fights. The problem, of course, that Storm can also jump your backlines. He's a little bit less do or die when he jumps your backlines, so he can jump back in. So Benny, when he jumps backlines, they could try to punish that. Lumiere, that TP. Oh, that burst strike misses. That was a bit awkward, Dunya. That was very awkward. And the BKB activated, plus the bushwhack. They're like, Dunya, what are you trying to do? Mini at least stuns Oscar in time. Oscar went a bit too ham, activates the BKB. He knows he can survive this Benny. Tanks that spear, or rather avoids it with a BKB. Mini gets put against the tree. The cookie on top of that. Benny realizes he has to retreat. Mini activates the BKB just to make sure that he can get some space for the rest of his team to retreat. Mini, you're not going to go anywhere though this match, or this fight. Unless Benny reinitiates. Do they see an opportunity? He lost a lot of ultimates. Where's the Tiny here? He's been stunned. Alone finally joins in again. This time going for Mini. Hardest target to crack. But he's going to get him thanks to the help of Lumiere's Avalanche. And like I said, Alone, they're more mobile than this TA. He can't be stopped. And he's just going to be able to TP away. That's the strength of the Infamous lineup. Their poke to prod is so much stronger. It's so much better. It's difficult for APU to really stop them. Their stuns are also kind of lacking on their supports. So when they commit a stun, it's always on their cores. And they always have to hard commit. And you miss a stun like Dunya just did there. Oh boy. You are in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, the Storm is getting too hard for them to control in the team fights. You hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Winter. Thank God. Okay, I'm dying. I don't know why he was still there, actually. I think they just canceled his DP a while back. How did you like my analysis version of you?
Very
I
good.
think that was accurate.
You deserve a good old big breakfast later.
Mirana is gonna die. Toss. Okay, alone. Ball lightning. Oh. No. He decided against it. He's going for the shard next, by the way, so it's gonna be the Ag shard build, which a lot of Storms build these days. As Lumiere says, I guess I'll just go for a free kill. Goodbye to the Sand King, who's mispositioned. Easy for Lumiere. Mini, okay, Alone activates the BKB here, but he's dying to the TA. He has to be a bit careful. Walks away. There we go. It's Mini. Does activate his own BKB. Oscar, Arena used. Has the spear still, but they want to fight this. Apparently not, particularly because Snapfire is in here, even though she did have Mortimer's Kisses. And Lumiere now gets seen. Benny activates the BKB. Lumiere has no more escape. They need the pushback for save, but they don't got that. Just missed it. Lumiere, thanks to the medallion, can tank this a little bit better. Mini sent back. Oscar links away. Lumiere running off as well, trying to get the kill on Mirana before he dies, but he's in trouble. He's been dusted. Fake grenade for vision as well. There's the dust. And he is going to be killed off by the Breathe Fire. Michael with a quick TP, hoping to escape this Sand King's Burrow Strike, and he will, because for some reason he activates Sandstorm before using the Burrow Strike.
Haste.
Greedy. I want to do maximum amount of damage.
Yeah, that was very greedy, man. I don't know why you would do that.
They have a huge Storm Spirit problem right now. Need to get a Hex. But who's gonna get it? Nobody can get it.
No, Oscar will die though. I think that was a long TP? Where was he TPing to? I think that was a long TP, that's why he died to Benny. That was very, very sad. Benny has no stuns, and he attacked literally through the shield.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under
I
attack.
think he was TPing towards the outpost or something. Yeah, that's why it took so long.
Dire's bottom tower.
They wanted to try and control the Roche area, get back to the Roche area. But right now, Radiant has an opportunity to get Roche. Not sure if they scouted the Roche, but it's gonna. This is the second Roche, so they have a shot. But everyone already, I think everyone already has their shot. The ones that are useful.
What do you mean? You don't like? Oh, you mean for Apple?
Yeah.
Empty.
No, they're
I mean,
still
the-
missing the Sanking shard. Right?
Yeah, I guess that. I mean, the Undying
Good shot,
shot.
Winter.
Undying shot is also
Everyone's
really
fine.
nice. I like the Undying shot.
Yes, I actually agree with you a lot. I think the golems are pretty solid, or the
The
zombies are
cooldown,
pretty
man. The
solid.
cooldown's
as well.
nice. 35 seconds.
What is that? What does it transform it to? Like 90 seconds? Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
30% reduction. Something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean for a 1400 gold is pretty good. It's pretty good. The zombies can be a nuisance to heroes like Tiny though, because they cancel his blink dagger the whole time. He didn't go for blink though, so he's fine. But it can be a big deal.
Okay, the last fight that will decide the game. Who's gonna
Well,
get the high
okay,
ground?
Well, this fight's already starting a little bit
look
in
who's
favor
on the high ground.
of Infamous. Guys, where's the detection? I don't need detection. They'll reveal themselves eventually. Who needs dust?
Tombstone on the high
Fight
ground?
Sarah. He doesn't activate Tombstone. He doesn't use the Tombstone, so there's no way they can fight this. Okay, he popped back. Okay. Is it to prevent the Roche? It is to prevent the Roche. We don't have Arena though. That's a big deal. But Big Kibby's still up on the Tiny. We don't have Big Kibby on the Mars. Run. Blink. Oscar. Oh no! Not Serum again! Not Serum again! But the Storm gets killed immediately! That TA deals too much damage! That works out nicely, and the Tombstone's been dropped before Serum dies! So it works out in favor of APU. As Lumiere is forced to retreat. No melt hit bash, so TP immediately from Lumiere. The damage is high, but not high enough.
Oh, they didn't actually kill the Undying quickly enough with the jump. That's why they couldn't finish off the fight. If the Undying died without dropping the tomb, they would have been able to take the fight. They had a very good ward there on the high ground. That's why they see the Undying coming in.
The Storm was not expecting the Dragon Tail, apparently, though. What's the issue? Okay, I don't know if you killed Dunya. What the fuck was that, Axel?
Hey, this is a lifeline, you know, for APU King of Kings right now, this second Roche. So they have the Aegis on the TA right now. 15 seconds. Maybe they can try to get another tower here. Get the outpost first, then move to the tier 1, tier 2 mid. The Storm is just gonna, when he's alive, he's gonna just try to wave, clear the wave behind. Stop the push. That's what he has to do right now. Oh, bot lane. They see the DK. This is not good.
No Soul Rage, though. The damage high enough? Oh, yeah, with 3 cores. Yeah, with 3 cores, he's dead. And the arrow is tagged by Oscar even. That big shield serving as a great big target on his front.
Oh, that
Infamous.
is so bad. That is actually gonna delay them so much. They were so close to each other, but the DK, he actually needed to wait a little bit more because the Storm is the moment a Storm is alive, he actually has to respect that. He has to play a little more defensive. He was just way too aggressive, thinking that they didn't have enough damage to kill him. He took the wave and he just ran to the nearest path towards his team and within vision. And you're playing against the Storm, so you have to expect that he can actually jump you there.
Can APU Kings make any plays on the TK, or they have to wait for him to come back here?
They have to wait for him. He's way too important for them right now. It's the initiation, but they're gonna go though. But on running up the high ground, Sanking's gonna get caught. Bad idea.
Oh, Winter, what are we watching? What's happening to them, dude? They're losing
Bad
the
idea.
plot a little bit.
He needed to just finish his chill and finish his BKB. He was so close to his BKB.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so awkward, man.
I mean, this is a bit awkward. I think it might be because of what happened previously, because the DK fed here, and
Right.
they were already in a position of a commanding position there with the Aegis, but one person dying slows the whole tempo down, and then the other guy gets irritated and he tries to force things because they have the Aegis, and then this happens.
Yeah, so just like a kind of a cascade of mistakes after the one mistake by Mini.
Yeah, something like that, and people also getting tilted, you know, because of what happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Radiant's bottom bottom tower.
Okay,
I mean,
I get that when that happens in pubs, but like in pro play, isn't like one person that goes, "All right, calm down, let's not do this." Doesn't that happen in pro play?
Yeah, but you have to have that level-headed player in your team. You know, if everyone is a hothead, then obviously that doesn't happen.
Sure, fair enough. You think Apple Kings is that kind of team? A lot of hotheads?
I don't know, man, but Mini seems like a hothead.
Fair enough. I think that's accurate with his Twitter.
Have you seen him stream, or have you played a game with him? How is he like?
Yeah, I've certainly played a game with him. 'Cause I'm close to Mini's level for sure. Winter. I haven't seen him stream, but he does. He does. So you know, in Brazil or in Portuguese in general, you laugh with a K, right? You go. That's how they laugh, right? And his Twitter is mostly a bunch of Ks. So imagine like your Filipino teammates in SCA. That's how Mini feels like today.
Is under attack.
Hothead, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't have to say anything else. The dreaded you go into a game and someone goes ha 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 and with full caps, and you know that's gonna be a great game. We'll take a tower here.
Oh, they have a creep wave. This is a good time for them to push. And Axe on the Dragonite.
Dire's top tower.
The Storm didn't do his job.
The Storm did not. The Wing died as well.
Bottom tower.
There's a chance here. Infamous. Are they gonna propose this? Or are they going to propose anything?
Oh, toss back.
This is really easy.
Nice.
Toss back into the spear. The cookie on top of that to keep her stunned. They want to get rid of the Aegis first, and they will succeed. Benny's down. However, this Tiny needs to get away. BKB walk out of that arena. There's the Mortimer's Kisses. They forgot about the BKB on the TA. Immediately the Trap Science's Affliction as well. And Oscar might die as a result. That break is strong. That's going to be Oscar buying back immediately. They go for the Senkin. Dunya's down. No more Burrow Strikes for you. As Michael, got to catch these stragglers. What's it going to be? Oh no, Michael! You went too far! Where's the help from the Mars? There's no spear available! And spear is only used to try to get them away, but also could be in trouble. This could be a dieback for him, but once again he's broken. There's no help from the shield. They go for Benny. They need the cookie on top of that. Benny has refreshing charges. That means that he's going to be fine. Lumiere can't burst through him. Oh no! Winter. APU just got given a graceful game here.
Yeah, just unable to do enough, delay enough time with the Storm though. I think he definitely should have been able to cut the wave like way before they arrived, because they were already pushing mid, and there was no creeps in mid lane after that. He just needed to deal with the top wave so that his team had more time to chill and they didn't have to use the buyback on the footwing. I mean, there was no way they kill him if he just does that. I just didn't expect the push to happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect... I mean, I expect a lot of things to happen in that fight, to be honest. I feel like Lumiere kind of decided to be the tank when Mars couldn't. That break is actually doing wonders as well for them. They don't have a toss-back spear this time, so they can't really deal with them. And in fact, Mini, the hothead, lays down fire and flames. We have Force Staff here, but it's not going to be in time for Affliction as Mini. The stuns are too long. Immediate buyback by Accent.
This is game 3, most likely.
Yeah, it does seem like it. It does seem like it, unless Infamous pulls something out of the hat.
Oh, they definitely let this one slip. Like the Storm, this should be the point of the game where the Storm is like he's king. You know, there's nobody there to stop him with this kind of heroes, except for the DK stun. Everything else doesn't really work so good against him. Now they're struggling. Tiny's having a hard time in the team fight. It's because of the Undying. Nice jump. High ground tombstone. That's tough.
Okay. High ground tombstone is good stuff, but the high ground on the arena will be even better. Dunya dies, so does the TA. Winter said game 3, and the moment he said that, like magic, the game started going badly for Apple Kings. Is Winter involved? I don't know. You can speculate in the chat.
Can blame me. Sure, I can take the blame. No problem.
Dire are scanning.
Like how did they actually lose that fight? You know, they had a high ground tombstone. TA didn't get the BKB off. He somehow got jumped.
Nope.
He didn't get the BKB off.
He did not get the BKB. Yeah.
And he just died from full to 0 even when they had a high ground vision. Like how does stuff happen like that?
I do have to question Dunya's choice as well to charge the epicenter in the middle of that and then going like, hey guys, I have no burst strike, jump TA, jump. That was a bit weird. Dunya's tanking in this game has been a bit lackluster, not gonna lie, Winter. A lot of greedy plays by Dunya.
Greedy is probably not just the word I would use.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And we're casters Winter right now, so we can't say anything else. Greedy is the word we're using. Greedy, interesting, peculiar.
Well, let's
Those are the
give him
words
the
you get to
benefit
use.
of the doubt, you know. Sometimes when you look at this players, you know, they're on the initiation role, and it's not just about the plays. Also, it's about the communication. You know, like without
True.
proper communication, sometimes it's difficult also to make the right play. Like some teams, when they are talking to each other, the comms are. If you ever have a chance to hear team comms, sometimes it can be very chaotic. And when things are very chaotic, they're not organized. It's hard for the person playing the initiating role to actually find an opening when everyone is just like not making things clear.
That's very true, actually. It's very stressful. I'm sure if you've ever played a pub, not you, but like in the chat, right? You played a pub and you have that one teammate who's constantly screaming in your ear if you're initiating to go in, go in, go in. It's difficult to concentrate with that, actually. Actually, I've never thought that as being useful, ever.
You kind of have to let the jumper play his game. You can't play the game for him, you know. If he doesn't see the opening, you can't force him to make the opening.
Scanning.
Yep. It is rough, though, because as a carry, sometimes you kind of see the opening you doesn't see.
Oh, Lumia, he's going in.
Communication happens. The BKB is still available for this TA, but with the axe and the storm, she doesn't get a chance to use it. Mini has to activate his own BKB. Where's the damage after the BKB? Did he just try to TP in the middle of the fight? He did, Lumiere, you crazy man. Why were you doing that? Epicenter completely wasted as he misses the burst strike as well. And Lumiere, who tried to TP back home, gets cancelled and killed. So they do get the kill that we're looking for, but in exchange they lose their carry. That Roche has 20 seconds left. I think they need to buy back on this Tiny if they want to contest it. I don't know, they know it's there.
They have a trap, they should know soon, in 10 seconds. But they probably will try to finish up the last remaining tier 2 tower first.
Under attack.
Right, they see the Roche right now with the trap.
Any enemy team
They,
has
they,
no
they,
clue
ha-
about
they
it.
have to try to at least steal or fight. I don't think they can just give up the Roche. They have to try something.
Well,
Okay, never mind.
not.
They're not trying anything.
that's the try it. Infamous seems to be kind of tired of this game, not gonna lie. Not in the good way.
Into the radiant.
They have 2 buybacks to defend the tower. The Rex. I think 2 buybacks. Yeah, 2 buybacks. Storm and
And TA has
Tiny.
no buyback, so that's true.
The thing is, they have to try. They cannot focus the TA first. They have to try to kill the Mirana or the Sand King and the Undying. These 3 heroes. They have to kill the supports first. Once this 3 hero is out of the picture, the TA and the DK, I don't think they can do so much in the fights. They need the support, especially from the Sand King and the Mirana, the stuns. The Storm has to jump them. The last couple of fights, they actually went on the TA first, and somehow they were able to burst the TA. But this time, she has Aegis. So that it's not going to happen again.
So what are your options then here if you're Infamous? What do you jump first, as you said? I mean, Marana and Sand King?
Yeah, either one of them or the
You-
Undying. They have to go to the backlines, kill them first. The Undying can be a little tricky. If you can't kill him before he
Yeah.
drop his tombstone, then it's pointless to try and kill him after that.
Right. He has to press one spell, right? Which is what's so rough. I feel like Marana might be your best target if Storm can catch her.
Yeah, but the thing is also the Undying can save the Mirana if you don't go on the Undying first with the heal and the Glimmer Cape. 4 stuff.
That's what the axe is for. You just catch both, Winter.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
catch.
no. Oh. That was close.
If they're somehow standing together, sure, you get them both.
Yeah, exactly. Easy. Just ask him to stand together. Be nice.
No, you just need to bribe them with some breakfast.
I fear nothing happens in the night.
You
Some
you will underestimate people.
Some coffee and toast.
It's a pretty poor breakfast, Winter, let me tell you.
Simple but rich.
Dire's bottom tower is under
No, Richie is not here. I'm sorry. to
Oh,
tell
he doesn't like the egg.
Dire's bottom tower.
you. No, it's scary. You know, runny things are too scary for white people. All right, 3 minutes left on the Aegis. It's a good moment to fight. There they go, trying to do a toss back on the TA. Mini. And they kill Mini first, actually. Okay, they took the TA's Aegis, actually. That was really quick. That was much more damage than I was expecting. Mortimer's kisses are being used here. Thrown away. Mortimer's kiss is useless. Lumiere's dead. There's a buyback, though. That's what he was saving it for earlier. Will this work out for them? Refresher. No, that was the A on this gun to Mars. Ah, there's the three of them standing together. What were you saying, Winter? A fourth one even joins them? But they get no kills. There's no follow-up. Storm went alone. Mars kind of afterwards, and Mars dies there. Lumiere doesn't even have a tree to join the fight. Ooh, that was awkward. That was not the fight you were looking for. At least they got rid of the Aegis.
I mean, they weren't even close to killing the other two heroes. I mean, the only one who was close to dying was just the Undying. He went low.
Yeah. I mean, that was Storm alone, right? So I would expect it to be... Like, it doesn't... He needs the overload attack bounce to be able to make those plays. He's so close to it as well.
He needs the Tiny to hit.
Well, yeah, but that clearly isn't happening, right? So I'm thinking of alternatives.
That's not a good alternative if your carry is not hitting.
You have never played pubs in low levels, dude. You need to be much more creative, my friend. Evan Salbert's gonna be picked up by the Sand King. If we talked about Tiny not hitting, imagine now when the Sand King gets to Heaven Salbert. Much tougher here.
Yeah,
Also, Lumiere's falling off.
He's gonna get kite so much in the fights. They need to coordinate the blink on the Tiny plus the Storm. They
Yes.
have to be on the same page.
Yes.
And blow someone out with that combo right away. If they can't do that, the fight will be probably over. If they blow their mana on the Storm and nobody dies. They have to do the same thing, but with the Tiny following up the Storm. Get the Undying and the Mirana. He's trying to look for them.
He is. Oh, okay, well, let's get a toss back, but he's not the PKB. Lumiere has started it now. I go with the DK first. Probably the hardest target to kill first, but they will accomplish it. Took a while, but it was possible, and he had buyback the whole time. Oh, lol. Oh, wow. Your Rex, guys. Guys, your Rex? Guys? Guys? Okay. I guess they want to fight against Mega Creeps. That's what they're gonna get. Lumiere has to blink it again. Let's see. And they go for the Snapfire. Mini kills him. The buyback immediately by Snapfire. They get another toss back on Hannes's. And they gotta keep going for people right now. Unless the Silence Up Storm dies. He has buyback. What is happening to Infamous right now? Guys, what is happening to this? What this team is just falling apart. It seems Michael actually sharpshooter to get a bit more space between them. There's like Vortex. Okay, this could work. Going for the TA, find the carry, no buyback. That is finally gonna get the kill they were looking for this whole team fight. Dunya's the next target. He's also gonna die. He does have buyback. They need a DK. DK is the important one. Bushwhack hits him. Where's that Vortex? BKB immediately. TP, you madman. He doesn't have it. Mini, 20 seconds to TP. Has to run away.
That's a
BKB
dieback.
will be completely useless. That is a dieback, Winter. Like I just pointed out. Thank you for screaming it. Mini, he's dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
2 minutes. What can they do in 2 minutes?
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I mean,
They have to try to
they're
run down
tiny,
mid.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, run down mid. Go crazy. Lumiere should buy the silvers as well. No point in saying for buyback now. It's gonna take
Dire's
forever to come back.
ancient is under attack.
Oh no.
Dire are
Yeah, 4 minutes. You don't have 4 minutes, Tiny. Just buy Silver Edge. Fight Serum as well. Not the, most important target, but whatever. I swear, Lumiere, if you die to Hannes right now. Oh no! The hard
got the
work by
wave.
Lumiere.
He got the
He
wave.
cut the wave. Has one more toss, but Lumiere has the carry. He's not carrying Dust. Winter, we're not only getting a game 3, we're getting a 60-minute game. Let me tell you.
Late game, invisibility means invincibility.
It is true, actually. Yeah, that's why the two words sound so similar. What did Tiny buy, actually? Moonshard. Okay, this is the I need to push towers fast. 30 seconds, the TA's back. Probably not going to use their buyback now, but they got to force something. Go Lumiere.
I have Glyph for another couple of seconds.
Yeah, I think they're fine. They won't have to use the Byleth on TA. They might lose one lane to Rax though. Not that big a deal when you have Megas. Oh, Lumiere.
Up.
There we go.
Okay.
Force the glyph.
If you lose your throne, that's a big deal.
That is a big deal. That's usually how you lose the game. Oscar. Okay. Let's all go.
Oh, he's going for the throne. He's hitting the throne.
In. He is going for the throne. The throne is being maxed to death. What just happened? Infamous didn't get a chance to respond. Oh my god. Vamos a la major, he says, alone, obviously joking. He says, we're going to the major. Vamos mierda, which means let's go shits. I mean, they're not. But what a game by Infamous. I cannot believe they took the throne in a matter of seconds. Absolutely wild. I did not expect them to succeed that. Tiny is a stupid hero, Winter.
There's a lot of heroes that are like that right now. DP, Tiny, Pugna, there's so many broken heroes, and every game someone is gonna show up. Every game.
Honestly. That is ridiculous. I don't know how that's still allowed in the game, man. How? Oh my god, nerf this hero. What? That is wild, Winter.
Yeah, but everyone was expecting another game, but in the end, this was what everyone predicted in the panel. In the end, it came full circle. It still everything was back to the original state.
Yes. And Infamous gets it to 2-0 against Apple King Kings. What a wild opener. Now, as we close this game, Winter, always a pleasure casting with you, but we're going to have to go back to the panel, and only the panel, and hopefully only the panel is talking in comms right now, because they're the only ones that need to be talking right now. So if you're not on the panel, there's no need to talk in comms right now. Please mute yourself. Thank you very much. Let's go to the panel. Astini, RDO, how are you doing, guys? Can you hear me? Ah, yes, Astini. Yes. Do you think that's how you're gonna win a TI, Astini? That's not it, mate. That's not it. Are you? Hey, our lovely producer, can you help us out with some other issue as well that we're hearing in the backlights?
And
Okay,
you can
thank
put
you very
like
much.
on 0%.
We appreciate it. Okay, yes. But I can't touch my computer right now, Astini, so I'm just gonna suffer this. It's fine. It's okay. Let's talk about that game, Astini. What did you see that game that you feel like Apple Kings needs to work on?
Better using their Aegis. They had Aegis they had 3 times, but like 2 times that they could really do a lot, but then they got picked off. The biggest one was the DK, right? But also on the first one, that like the Sand King died, and then they decided to fight with the Sand King dead, and then he bought back on the team fight. So it feels really weird when you are the team with Aegis, and you are buying back on your offlaner to take a fight under a tier 1 tower that you can just let it go and then fight as 5. So seems like they don't have the best macro game when they have the Aegis.
I mean, do you feel like their macro game is solid outside of the Aegis though? Because I do feel like
Also
they make
no.
a lot of plays where they commit too many resources to plays very often.
Yeah, also no, like what we watch on the replay, like it was a team fight that Sand King died 2 times on the same fight. Like he died, and then they tried to defend the tower without Sand King, and then like DK dies, Undying dies, and he TPs in trying to kill a Tiny, and then he die again. So I think they just overcommit to team fights that they should see like, okay, they killed a core of us, and we don't want to take this fight. They really need to understand this concept, and it's something they've been failing, honestly, since the last interaction. Even like with Valky, with Saxifat, they were doing that same mistakes, but now they're being way more punished for that. So I guess like things got better. They went well on the first DPC because I felt like Mini was having amazing lanes. He was having a lot of impact. You've seen like the other the enemy mid laner tilting out because he's being killed by Mini, and it's not happening now. And so they don't have like that mini effect that they had on the first season that made their day so good, even with the mistakes, because the mistakes are still there,
Right.
but the shiny plays are gone. That's what I feel.
It does feel like Valky as well was a bit more of a... Like his spellcasting was really on point, right?
Yeah.
And that helped him a lot to make these kind of mistakes the macro game without having to... You know, they kind of got away with a lot of plays there.
Yeah, I'd say feels bad to be on that point of comparing players, but let's say it's my role as an analyst here on the panel, but I guess if it was Valky there, he would have way better stuns and they could win. Because, like...
I mean, dude, Dunya's new on the position. I don't think it's insulted them. The guy's a good position for, but like he's literally new on the offlane. It's hard to learn in just one season, so I think it's fair to him to say that.
Maybe with
RDO.
more time, they can... Like, maybe with more time on Dunya, they can get back to be the old APU Kings they were, but definitely, yeah. Having the new guy is doing bad for them as of now.
RDO, what things that you like about Infamous in that game? How broken is Tiny, man? How is that allowed towards the end?
Nice hero, nice hero. You lose for 40 minutes, you hit a tower, you win the game. Very balanced hero.
Right? That seems kind of ridiculous. Like he just literally 100 to 0 the throne in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, buy a moon shard, win the game. Easy. But jokes aside, as I said at the beginning, it wasn't gonna be an easy Tiny carry game because they had a lot of ways to kite the hero, you know? They had a tombstone, and the other thing I didn't really think about was the DK effects. Like, Tiny could not play the team fight if they were not bursting DK. And DK is not an easy hero to get bursted, so the team fight was really hard for Tiny. But they also had a strong Storm, which made their life easier.
Right, that's true. You were very happy with the Alone, right? In general, last game, were you equally as happy this game, or do you feel like this was kind of a free Storm game?
He's a solid player. I still think he played really well, but the other game he was just, I don't know, out of his mind. You know, he was playing a Dota I've not seen like a long time. I don't know how I can explain that, but he played really well the first game, and the second game he also played good Dota. He did what he had to do.
Okay. Well, with that, RDO, I feel like we get to ask the winners a couple of questions. I think it's the only thing that Infamous gets out of this game, so let's try to give it to them. Oscar is here with an interview, and let's talk to him about what he thought about this game. Hey, Oscar.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás, Oscar? ¿Qué tal?
Hola, bien, contento. Creo que estoy... Ahora sí.
Disculpe, te escucho, perdona. Error nuestro. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? Oscar, of course, always does the interviews in English. He's the true ambassador of the South American region.
Quiero hacerlo en español esta vez.
¿Qué hacerlo en español? Me jodiste.
Sí.
Vale, ok. Tranquilo, no hay ningún problema. ¿Qué tal, Oscar? ¿Cómo te encuentras, mano? Después de victorias al final, vuestro equipo está resurgiendo, o sea, ya estáis funcionando como me esperaba que funcionaríais al principio, pero debe doler un poco que llegue como ahora, que los puntos son buenos, pero no suficientes, ¿no?
Sí, bueno, siento que estamos yendo de menos a más, ¿no? Ahora estamos todos muy cómodos con Michael, ¿no? Con nuestro post 4 y apuntando en realidad hacia la siguiente DPC y tratar de mejorar como equipo y jugar bien.
So he says that at one point, because they knew they weren't going to qualify, they're going from less to more right now, and they're just looking forward. They're looking for the next DPC. They're finally working out with their 4 Michael, which was a big change and really helped them out. You guys can see that during the season, and that they're just looking forward to try to take next DPC stronger because they feel like they're finally at the point they wanted to be at. Oscar, por tu parte, bueno, ya sabes que yo siempre he sido muy fan tuyo, amigo. Te he visto en este Infamous volver a resaltar en la manera que te veía, o sea, en Omega, ¿no? O sea, creo que ya está el Oscar que me acordaba, que carreaba las partidas tranquilamente, tienes la versatilidad de los héroes que me acordaba de ti. ¿Te sientes como que has renacido un poquillo en este equipo?
Sí, diría que sí, ¿no? El equipo me ha dado la confianza para jugar como que nuevas cosas y sí, o sea, siento la confianza de ellos, ¿no? Y juego tranquilo.
he says he feels the confidence of the team, and he feels like that's helped him kind of play the versatile things he's been showing in this DPC, and he feels like he plays much calmer. Para ti la diferencia de los cuatro será importante entre Michael, o sea, el cambio de Michael para ti era muy importante al ser el 3.
Sí, creo que era muy importante para todos y también más para mi medio en realidad, pero para mí igual, ¿no? Si todos estábamos muy cómodos, creo que eso es, o sea, eso es lo que nos ayuda, ¿no? O sea, si sentís que alguien está incómodo con alguien, entonces todo se derrumba. Entonces ahora están todos cómodos y eso nos está haciendo jugar mejor.
So he says that the mid laner, sorry, their four, their change, the Michael, it did benefit him, but actually benefited the mid laner more. But in general, it's all about the idea of feeling comfortable. They just now feel much more comfortable. Sometimes things go unspoken, things go unsaid, and that creates a little bit of tension in the team. But it now feels like everyone is chill, they're comfortable, they have a good environment together. ¿Habéis trabajado desde que viste al equipo, ahorita con Michael? ¿Trabajaste alguna vez en tema de comunicación o coordinación de equipo? ¿Alguna actividad que hicierais juntos, algo así? ¿O solo habéis jugado Dota y ya está?
Bueno, yo conozco a Michael desde el 2018, creo, cuando yo empecé a jugar Dota. Y de hecho, mi primer equipo fue con él, fue Infamous Young. Y jugábamos muy bien juntos, pero yo hice un cambio, me cambié de roster. Y después como que quedó ahí, ¿no? Y bueno, sí hacemos trabajos acá como para fortalecer la comunicación fuera del Dota. O sea, trabajamos en eso.
Claro, claro. So he says that him and Michael actually had a really good communication because they came from, or they played the first team together, Infamous Young, and they played together, which is cool that he actually went all the way back to Infamous. But that's just he didn't say that. I just remembered that's a very interesting Oscar story. But him and Michael played in that team. That's actually where they first got noticed, as Infamous Young at one point was actually better than the Infamous at the time, if you guys remember. And they had a really good lane together. It was really, really solid. And then Oscar says that because of that, the communication with Michael was already there, but it's still important to work on communication. So which is why Infamous has worked on they have like exercises outside of the game to work on how to communicate with each other. ¿Hacéis alguna actividad fuera del juego? En plan amigos, algo como ver películas, no sé, salir de fiesta, algo así.
Salimos a comer los 5 usualmente. Sí. Esa creo que es nuestra principal forma. Ya, no te corto. Era eso.
No, disculpa, te estoy traduciendo. Dime lo que quieras, Oscar. Lo siento, tranquilo.
Sí, eso.
So he says that they just eat out together. They all go out as five, and that's their main form of communication. ¿Cuál es tu comida preferida en Perú, por cierto? ¿Cuál es la que más te ha gustado?
El ceviche con arroz de mariscos. Esa combinación, demasiado buena.
Qué gustazo, amigo. His favorite food is ceviche with arroz de mariscos. How do I translate that? If you guys know Spanish paella, it's kind of similar. Arroz de mariscos is similar to Spanish paella, somewhat. And then ceviche is like the Peruvian version of sushi, but with lime and they have these large corn kernels as well that they add to it. It is one of the most delicious dishes on the planet, by the way. If you've never tried ceviche, go ahead and try it. It's absolutely wonderful. The Mexican one is okay too, but the Peruvian one stands out as probably the best in the world. La temporada, cuando acabe la temporada, ¿qué te toca hacer a ti, Oscar? ¿Vas a ir a Bolivia a visitar a tu familia o vas a quedarte con el equipo?
No, me quedo acá con el equipo. Tenemos BTS, creo, la semana que viene, así que me quedo acá nomás.
Genial. Okay. So they have BTS Pro Series in the off-season, which is that's why he's staying with the team. He's not going to visit his family in the off-season. ¿Es un poco duro para ti este tipo de horarios? Estar todo el año jugando Dota, no tener ningún descanso de verdad. O sea, tener pocas partidas, pero todo el tiempo estar con el equipo.
La verdad que no me afecta demasiado. Mientras vea a mi familia una vez al año. En realidad hablo con ellos todos los días, ¿no? Entonces...
Yeah.
Sí.
Okay. So he sees his family once a year and he talks to them every day, so he's pretty comfortable there. And he doesn't feel like the schedule's too rough on him. He kind of likes being able to stay with the team, so he feels fine. It doesn't really affect him. They don't have much off days. ¿Te veremos en la Major de Estados Unidos entonces, Oscar? ¿Puedo seleccionarla ahora? Viendo cómo está el equipo.
Sí, vamos a sacarnos Vamos a dar lo mejor de nosotros para clasificar y yo creo que sí vamos a llegar como un equipo muy fuerte.
Muchas gracias, Oscar. Perdona por ponerte presiones solo porque me gusta el clip ese. He says they're going to do their best for the next season, and let's hope they can qualify for that major. Felicidades, Oscar, una vez más por tu victoria. La verdad que jugasteis espectacularmente bien y me encanta lo que está pasando en Infamous ahora mismo. Sois un equipo muy, muy divertido de ver jugar. Así que mucha suerte la temporada que viene, amigo. Cuídate y suerte para la siguiente major.
Muchas gracias. Adiós.
Oscar, as always, when you do these interviews and there's like nothing to talk about, right? It's a little bit awkward sometimes because the guy's like, yeah, we got points, we got nothing. And they've known this for like 2 games already, which is rough for Infamous. So kudos to them still giving their all and doing as well as they do and being very future-facing, right? When you're with an org like Infamous, that's kind of what the game plan is. It's always the TI. They're the oldest org in Dota in Peru that's still standing today and that hasn't had too many scams. So they're one of the orgs that... is very future-facing, very TI-facing, and it kind of shows the mentality of their players. How are you guys feeling as TNRDO? I mean, I kind of wanted to interview you guys. How does the format feel for someone like Noping as well?
I feel like TI is the only thing that matters. Of course, it feels really bad to be in the situation we are right now. Like, we are fighting for relegation. Like, if we lose, we don't even know if we're going to be on the TI qualifiers. But I guess as long as we win, we're going to be super happy because it was a long-term project, and I think it still is, as long as we keep the spot. And it feels bad to say that, but it feels like we had a problem that was going to show up at any time because we were kind of on, like, let's say, high-risk, high-reward type of lineup. Because, when you work like with some talents that it can be super risky, that something can happen, so it's kind of expected. But as long as we keep the spot, we're gonna be happy heading to TI qualifiers. That's the thing that matters. So it's about like the process, right? You need to be in a team that you enjoy being there, you enjoy the process of getting good. And I feel like now we are definitely enjoying the process. But beforehand, it was kind of a stressful process, and you need some changes to be able to make the process look good, and feels like we are in a good way. That feels good on that sense. But if we lose, then everything is kind of for nothing. So yeah, hopefully we manage to win and keep the spot.
That was a wonderfully PC response, guys. If you guys need someone that's an expert in communication, I think Astini is your guy. I know he's a coach right now, but if you guys need some social media guys or whatever, that was... Wow, pitch perfect. All right, Dio, do you feel happy in that process? Because you're one of the players, man. How do you feel in that process of improvement? Is it actually satisfying to you?
I'm not happy at all at the moment, but I'm sure I'll be happy on next season. That's all I can talk about.
That's fair enough, Dio. That's fair enough. It's rough to play these long seasons and then like kind of have 6 weeks and then come to a halt like this. That's what a lot of players are telling us, right? It's like you don't really know what's going to happen until the 6th week, and then all of a sudden you look back and you go, I just either did the best 6 weeks of my life or wasted 6 weeks of my life. It's a rough process for a lot of people.
Yeah, like
go ahead,
we're playing like a best of 1 that's worth
everything,
like $9,000. Like everything, and like so a chance to qualify to TI and $9,000. Like, so you've played for 2 months and then you play one best of 1 that's worth more than the 2 months altogether for sure. And then you have on top that really weird rules in regards to standings. So if you had like a problem during the season, you cannot fix the problem sometimes, or you need to fix it very delayed, or like if you had 2 problems, you can't fix because you are allowed to use 1 standing. So it can be quite stressful to be like 2 months on a situation that you don't want to be, but you're forced to by the rules. So many teams go through that situation that they want to make changes, they need to make changes, but they're not allowed to. So if you're stuck on that for 2 days, it's better than being stuck on that for 2 months. That's the thing.
Fair enough. Long term was a good idea to promote consistency, but obviously there's some cracks that could be ironed in the system. We're gonna see what happens though as the season ends, and I wish you guys the best. I hope that you guys stay in 2nd division. I mean, I was hoping that you guys could come to first division, but the second best, I will take it. I am a big believer. RDO, you look very sad right now. I would love to give you a hug right now. I would love to see you succeed. Oh, just not forget, I'm just going to say it once again, RDO qualified to first division in Western Europe, by the way. If anyone's ever doubting his skill, that motherfucker did that last year like that, and then was forced out because of a visa. Life hates RDO, but RDO loves Dota, and RDO is very good at Dota, and that's why we are going to keep seeing him succeed. He's also 20, so he has many years ahead of him. We're going to see what happens as the day ends. Apple Kings most likely going to be relegated. Not going to lie. I mean, at best, they have a tiebreaker against Infinity, but Infinity's last opponent is Balrogs, so it's looking pretty dire for them. And even the tiebreaker, Apple Kings has not been looking good at all, to be honest, this season. On the hand of Infamous, they're tied with Lava. Doesn't really matter. They're going to do the head-to-head matchup to decide who goes further and who gets a little bit more prize pool, a little bit more DPC points. The real interesting match is going to happen tomorrow. And that match... Of course, there's two matches that decide everything tomorrow. First of all, we're going to have Balrogs versus Infinity. That's exciting because we get to see if Infinity does relegate or if Balrogs pulls them to hell with them. That all is going to depend on who the stand-in for the offlane is. And then when it comes to the last match, is the most exciting match of the season, as always, El Clásico, Thunder Awaken versus Beast Ghost. Thunder Awaken has nothing to win with this match, but Beast Ghost has everything to lose. If Thunder Awaken beat them, Beast Ghost will be forced to go through a tiebreaker against Hokori. And that tiebreaker, everything will be decided by a simple best of one, as Stevie said. Oh, best of three, rather, to be fair. Because it's only a single tiebreaker. We're going to have to see what happens then. That's super exciting. Hokori still keeping their hopes up and giving all their strength to Thunder. And for that, you're going to have to come tomorrow for some more DPC SA. It's our last day. Please don't miss it, or my boss will fire me. So just come tomorrow, follow the channel, follow us on Twitter. Go follow Felipe Astini and RDO Dota on Twitter as well. These guys are panelist pro players. They're so talented. I am but a host. Sometimes I cast, and sometimes I say goodbye. Like right now, we're going to bid you adieu until tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. See you guys then.